seeing this, you have shouted me out on your channel. I am not a streamer. Don't shout me out.
Hello. Oh, made me small. I just started. What? I just started. I didn't even see that. Hi, Scarlett. Hi. Welcome. No, I will never stop. I will never stop. I was opening YouTube. My whole... Oh my god. Scarlett, thank you so much. Enjoy your potion. Thank
Canon
you.
Tarot from the beginning.
27 months. Wait, is it more than 2 years now? 12 plus 12, 24. It is more than 2 years. Oh my god. It's like 2 years and 3 months. 3 months. I know how to count. It's not Canon Tarot. I didn't know what to play, so I was like, okay, we're gonna watch videos because I'm lazy to play anything. We should finish. I think we should finish Tormented Souls while I'm waiting for the new PC. Well, I'm not waiting for it yet. I'm just preparing to buy it right now. So, yeah, probably. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Wait, how are we supposed to count it? Wait, is that not how you count it? You count like 12 plus 12 and then you're like, oh, it's 24 and then it's like the whatever leftover is. How would you count it? Now I'm confused. Also, yeah, I was going to say my whole YouTube recommended is like ghost videos, like spooky videos, and for some reason there's rat fights. Why is there always rats on my YouTube recommended? Why does YouTube think I'm interested in rats specifically? Look. You see that? There's a rat fight in the corner. There. I'm too lazy to like move it, but you can see it. They're rats fighting. No, you don't normally know 24 months. You have to count 12 plus 12 because you normally know that 1 year is 12 months, right? And then you count plus and plus. Can you hear my fan? It's pretty loud. it does like a weird sound when it does. I have a silent one, but I don't know where it is, so I'm lazy to bring it. So there's no new video, so we just watch whatever we find. I was gonna... I thought about like drinking whenever something happens, like a lottery. But then I got lazy to make that shit of paper. So I guess we're not doing that. But wait, we're still watching. I mean, thank God Nuke has so many videos. I feel like we will run out of them eventually. Is it too loud?
YouTuber Michael McGee has one of the longest running paranormal YouTube channels of all time.
Is it louder
Michael
than
claims
me?
that a ghost or some otherworldly entity has been following him
If I
for
talk
over 8
wisdom,
years.
can you hear us
And he
both?
says that he's captured multiple videos of this spirit on tape. So it should come as no surprise that Michael seems to remain relatively calm when confronted yet again with his supernatural stalker stomping on the ceiling.
Should I do my glasses as a
it's about 1
routine?
o'clock
I've been thinking
in the
about
afternoon.
it.
I'm in the house alone. Sean's gone to work.
Should I just skip them?
As you can hear, it's been stomping for about 5 minutes.
I mean, the way I hear
just
it and the
got
way you
camera
hear
out,
it
so
is
I'm gonna
different
go
because, like, for me, I have
if
to
we can
lower
capture
the volume of
something
my PC, but for
on
you, I
tape.
have to lower the volume of the audio. So if I lower it for myself, I don't know if you hear it better or no.
Sorry, it's getting louder.
This is my neighbor's sound every day.
Hello? I know you're in there, you may as well show yourself.
What do you have under your bed? Why is there so much stuff in there? Double monitor. Oh my god.
Oh. This is getting old.
I feel like older ghost videos, like 6 years ago ones, they are more fun to
you've
watch
got
for some
them.
reason. They're more,
Can you do anything else for me?
I don't know how
Anything
to
at
explain
all?
it. It's like they're more creative. There's so much more happening in them
Alright.
than the newer ones.
Now, if you listen closely, you can actually hear some bizarre low voice seem to answer when Michael says hello before walking into the room.
They have more effort in them.
Hello? I know you're in there, you may as well show yourself.
And after he enters the room, something seems to attempt to escape down the stairs.
Is this a door? Why is
Was
the door?
Michael haunted by some
why do you
strange
have a double-
entity?
Oh, it's not a double
or is it
door.
all
It's
just,
a
an
weird
elaborate
door.
hoax? An 8-year-long one. Let me know what you think. By the way, if you want to see more of Michael McGee's paranormal investigations, be sure to check out his YouTube channel. Peekaboo. In this next clip, a ghost hunter called Yasa decides to investigate a
it's
supposedly
gonna be
haunted
okay.
house
Okay,
in
let
the
me
Saudi
predict.
countryside
Let me
near
predict.
the
He's
city
gonna
of
run
Jeddah.
in.
Visitors have reported strange supernatural
He's gonna start
sightings
the
at
praying,
location,
and he'll
and
feel
it is
like
said that
a-
the voices of crying children can
Maybe
be
like a
heard
dark
coming from the
shadow or like a
abandoned
door
house
will close
at
on him
all
and then
hours
he'll
of the
run
night.
out.
صوت أطفال ولا لا؟ شوف هيك صوت
Sure enough, within a few minutes of entering the house, Yasa begins to hear a strange noise that sounds like screaming. But he just laughs it off, asking,
There's a pool
is
in
this
there."
the voice of screaming children or not?
صوت أطفال ولا لا؟ شوف
Why is he laughing? It's screaming
However,
children.
Yasa becomes a bit more rattled when he begins to hear strange noises upstairs that sound like a small child's footsteps running across the floor.
والله أنا خفت طيب هذا
It sounds like a bird.
تتوقع في فيران يعني جوا ولا؟
Cat, no! Shush! She's going to scream aloud today.
أنتوا سامعين؟
The laugh is a new. That's true. The laugh
And
is a new
then
thing.
this.
أنتوا سامعين؟ بالله شفتوا؟ تعال
Some strange black shape seems to
See,
peek
I
around
told
the
you there's
corner
gonna
of
be
him and then
the
disappears
shadow
back into the
person.
darkness.
Okay, I'm like
After this encounter,
halfway right.
Yasa decides to make a quick exit from
Oh,
the house.
the door never closed on
So,
him.
Yasa claims
Oh,
that he
okay, I
caught
was
a jinn
halfway right,
or a
okay.
ghost on camera in this abandoned haunted house.
Hi, Beach.
But
Welcome.
What do you think?
We're doing both.
What you don't know can't hurt you. So one of my own personal fears about putting up a motion-activated surveillance camera around my home is what I might see. Will I see something that never lets me sleep quite as soundly ever again? Or will it just be random, boring footage? Well, in this next series of clips, a security camera system became
Carol,
a nightmare
welcome.
for a
How
man
are you
who put
doing?
up a motion and voice-activated camera in his detached garage after several unexplained occurrences. First, the camera just begins to pick up unexplained motion and sound in the middle of the night.
Full balls.
Then, electronics in the garage seemingly turn on and off
What is
all by
that?
themselves.
Is that a flare? What is that weird thing? Do you see that? This thing. What is that? Is that a lens flare?
And strange visual disturbances. that
Hey,
can
you
be
asked me
detected
for
by
that
the
bat.
system's
It's not like I
motion
made it
sensors.
because no one asked. And okay, the mine I did because I wanted, but and no one asked, but but that doesn't count. Oh yeah, I did make it. Why wouldn't I? Oh, it's snowing in the house. What's happening?
And then, creepiest of all, late one night, a strange disembodied voice is detected by the security
Why
camera
aren't we
audio.
talking about the weird thing in the middle of the screen that's moving? This is a camera lens.
Some otherworldly presence just
Maybe it
seems
is a
to
camera
scream
lens.
silence in a voice that sounds a bit malicious. So is this a ghost caught on CCTV by motion and voice sensitive cameras? Or is it all just a hoax? You decide. The Hilltop House.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything,
I've
but I
mentioned in
do
a couple
say
of
that
previous
bots
videos
is
that I'm a
my
big fan of YouTube Urban
is my
Exploration
struggle
channel. This is Dan
side.
Bell. Basically, Dan isn't a ghost hunter by any stretch of the imagination. He just
But so fun
explores
to draw.
abandoned
It's easy
buildings.
and it's fun.
And that's pretty much all he does. So if you see something weird happen in one of Dan's videos, then you can pretty much be sure that something weird actually happened. So someone sent me a link to this video of Dan Bell exploring the abandoned historic Hilltop House in Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. As far as I know, it's one of only 2 videos of Dan Bell actually getting freaked out by something that could be supernatural.
I keep hearing stuff upstairs. Oh my god. Someone just said help.
What is this music?
So, did Dan Bell capture some paranormal activity in his urban exploration video?
Wait, I didn't
Is
see
that
anything.
voice
What
saying
happened?
help? Or is it just some random natural sound? It should be noted that Dan himself says he was freaked out, but didn't claim to know what the strange sounds might have been.
At around the 10-minute mark of this video, you'll see an incident that occurred that
I wasn't supposed to
completely
listen.
freaked me out, completely terrified me. I had to really fight to continue filming and to get the video done because I drove all the way up here. I want to shoot this thing. I'm not going to chicken out and run out. The incident really freaked me out.
Is that someone's shadow
Let
on the
me know
door?
what you think down in the comments.
Or is it his shadow? I
Haunting
can't
in
tell.
Connecticut.
I don't understand. I didn't see
Most
anything.
people know the famous
and I
ghost
didn't
hunting
listen.
couple Ed and Lorraine Warren from the Conjuring movie series. But the real-life Warrens claim to have filmed a few ghostly experiences all their own. In this Connecticut home, a family claimed that the house was haunted by an angry poltergeist that didn't want them there. The Warrens went to the
Is my
home
fan
to
loud?
investigate.
Can
One
you
knock
hear the-
for yes, 2 for no. Are you a
Is it
man?
loud?
Are you a boy? You want the people in this house to move. One knock for yes, 2 for no. Yes. Okay. Who is it that you don't like the most here?
Okay.
Is it
Hi Napoleon,
is
welcome.
it their father?
How are you doing?
Is it their mother?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Ed Warren asks the spirit to reveal its identity.
Wait, it's actually them?
But he
I
gets
didn't
a
realize.
very odd answer.
Give me some sign.
There's no way that's
You're
true,
moving
right?
Give
Do
me some
relaxation.
sign that you're here. In the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to reveal your identity.
Are they actually fake? Well, I'm assuming they're fake, right? Why is it so
On
famous?
another night, the
What's
family's
the
young
movie?
daughters attempted
Well, they
to do her
had to
homework
be
at the
like
kitchen
famous
table,
before the movie, right? So
but
they had a
something
movie.
decides to interrupt her studies.
The little girl is trying to do her homework, but you can see that the chair keeps sliding backwards. You're holding it down, aren't you? It's got that much strength to it.
Because it's like no homework in my house.
The girl's legs are up on the rungs of the chair.
Hi, Samagoran, welcome. How are you
She's
doing?
not pushing herself up from the floor. The mother is not tipping that chair backwards. Nobody is touching that table. The table moves of its own volition.
Can mother not stay behind
So
her
is this a
so we see like
poltergeist
how it
caught on
works
tape?
actually?
Or were the
Why
Warrens
does she have to stay
orchestrating
behind
an
her?
elaborate hoax? So, most of the videos in this week's top 5 were actually sent in to me by viewers. And if you want to submit or suggest any videos for the top 5, you can do that at facebook.com/nukestop5. Just click on the send message button and link the video. Unfortunately, I don't get to see every single message, but if you attach a scary video or link, it will definitely be passed along to me.
That's it? Wait, that was fast. This one 6 years ago as well. That was a quick video. Wait, that wasn't that quick actually. It was 20 minutes. Maybe less. How long have I been talking? I haven't been talking for long, right?
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. The ghost and the angry Aussie.
Ow. Why did you bonk me? Is me or my bonks are kind of
weird shape, man. He said,
not showing up. Like they're bonking me,
Western
but I feel
Australian homeowner Kevin Vidal is far from your typical ghost hunter.
like. Wait.
In fact, Kevin says that he's quite annoyed with the disruptive behavior of the shadow spirit that he says haunts his
Let's do
home.
this.
In this video sent in to me on
See,
Facebook, we
They are
basically just
bonking
see
me, but the
Kevin
thing
wandering
doesn't show
from
up
room
on
to
the
room of
screen.
his
I wonder
home,
why.
cursing at the
Let
ghost,
me try to fix
who
it.
he has nicknamed Little. We can also hear a few bizarre sounds that Kevin claims are EVPs.
Where are the bonks? They're not on the screen. Wait, I need to calibrate.
where are you?
But otherwise, the
Can I
video is
calibrate
mostly
while
uneventful,
watching?
with just Kevin strolling through the home and making vague threats to the spirit.
Up now, man, we're gonna bless this shit. The next boy from here. You don't belong here anymore.
Ignore my
But
calibration
Kevin
process.
says that when the video is watched back with a more critical eye, there are a couple of actual
do you see
sightings
me?
of the strange
This tiny
shadow being
tail.
that he says haunts his home.
Can you see me? Oh, now I'm very
Are you
big.
making that beeping noise, huh? Talking?
In this scene, Kevin says that you can actually see the shadow creature rising right up from the floor. Now, when I first saw this, my initial thought was that this just looks like a dog or a large cat walking towards the door. The clip is only half a second long, so it's kind of hard to
Nice.
tell.
See, I fixed it.
But this next clip is a little
I'm
harder
not
to
always
explain.
tiny. I'm sometimes tiny. That was for calibration purposes, okay?
As Kevin rounds a corner,
I guess it's because
you
it
can
switched the
quickly see
model.
some large dark
The bones
shape
broke.
darting back and forth in the entryway near his front door.
Enjoy vacation, Samagoran. Enjoy,
Whatever
enjoy.
this is, moves at a superhuman speed in the few frames that it's visible. and it can't simply be
Oh my
explained
god, hi
away by
Grindles!
any
Welcome!
in-camera
How are you
glitch
doing?
that I know
It's
of.
been a while.
Kevin Vidal only ever posted this one single
And I
YouTube
completely
video
missed
to
this video
his
because I
channel.
was calibrating.
Then he pretty much disappeared from YouTube. One can only hope that that house blessing that Kevin kept threatening the ghost with actually worked. The Lady in White. Now, if there's one thing we learned in last week's video, it's that driving the back roads of India late at night can be a very frightening experience.
I've been well, thank you. I've been very good. Thank you. This is a chibi version. That's not the original, okay? I'm usually bigger.
Now, this next video takes place on
Wait for it
Chikmagalur
to
Hill
grow up.
Road in India. 3 men are driving in a car down a creepy, winding back road when they see something very strange up ahead.
Oh my god, focus your camera. What are you filming? Why were they filming? This is not the canon version. What does he see? Are they holding the camera or is the camera attached to something? Where? I cannot see, wait. Oh, wait. Is that a person? Is that the little white thing? What is this?
A bizarre white figure seems to just be standing
I
motionless
thought that was
by
a-
the roadside.
I didn't realize that was a
or even
person.
flinch as they pass dangerously close to her on the small road. Now, when I first saw this video, I thought that since this figure is so still, that maybe this was just a statue, or possibly even a mannequin of some kind set up to fool unsuspecting drivers. However, as the group travels further down the road, it becomes clear that the bizarre figure is certainly no statue or mannequin.
I don't need high heels. I'm already tall. No, I do wear high heels though. To look even taller, okay? Oh, someone just jumped. Wait, what? Is it the same guys? Why do they keep catching weird things?
Men see the mysterious white figure again further down the road. By this time, they are convinced that this is a ghost haunting the country road, and they begin to panic.
Somebody stole.
But as they approach, things get even creepier. The apparition simply steps over a hillside guardrail. and
How do you know it's a
disappears
ghost though and not a
headfirst
person
into
who
the
just
darkness below.
jumped?
At this point, the 3 men have had enough and simply speed away. According to reports, no one was found injured along this
Oh.
roadway the next day. So this was not a jumper. But just who or what was it? Is this a ghost haunting the remote back road? Or simply a hoax? You decide.
Simply a hoe.
Creepy room in an abandoned house. On the YouTube channel VJama, host Alex Ray and his friend decide to do a typical YouTube 24-hour challenge by spending the night in a burnt-out, supposedly haunted house. Local residents
burned
have reported
out?
strange
You
noises
shouldn't
coming
sleep in
from
a
the
burned out
residents at
house.
all
It's probably
hours of
so
the night.
unhealthy.
Well, things don't go so great. Almost immediately, one of their cameras begins to malfunction mysteriously.
Oh, my camera's up. No way.
How long
sec.
can you actually go into the burnout
no,
house?
my camera, guys,
after
I don't know
it
what
burned
happened. My
out
camera just turned off by itself.
for a while, like after it been for a while, like a while since it happened.
My camera
Is it
died.
still smelly in there?
At one point, Alex announces in an especially creepy little room
How's the house
that
so
they will be
standing?
filming there.
Shouldn't they break it?
If anyone's here, we want to have a ride. No. If anyone's here, we just want to film a video, and we'll be gone like as soon as possible, like in about 24 hours, basically.
That's
He then
not as
proceeds
soon
to
as
place
possible. What the
candles in a
fuck?
circle all around the room.
That's definitely not as soon as
Everywhere on
possible.
screen. So we have a lot of lights. Maximum light means no spirits will come in. You know, every single drop from the rain, it is coming.
I would
from
be so
the
annoyed. I
floor.
would be like, why don't you film my house? You also staying here for 24 hours. You're not even paying me for that.
Devil, be gone.
Not long afterwards, things start to get really bizarre around that strange little room. The area starts to become colder.
Guys, I can't express to you how cold it is in here
No,
right
it's
now.
a
Freezing.
it's a minus temperature. It's freezing temperature. Check for the orbs.
Not feeling good. Yo. No, I heard something in there.
As the hours wear on, Alex Ray's previously cheery, lighthearted attitude starts to fade.
Yo, don't, no, stop. No, stop. We've been here for so long. I only got 2 bars left of battery, so I'm being really selective on what I'm filming.
Why didn't you bring batteries if you're going for 24
And after a
hours?
few hours and a few more strange noises, this happens.
What the was that? Alex?
Were they standing the whole 24 hours? Like,
my God.
could they not put something down to sit down or something?
I think it's time to go. Let's go. This isn't good.
No, check. What's that first? Go check it.
No, man. What the
That wasn't you, yeah?
Huh?
That wasn't you.
I swear to God, this ain't right. We can't be in
Chinese level complete, bro. Is it you? Yes, just tell me right now.
I'm being serious. That wasn't me. I'm holding the camera.
Swear.
I swear.
That's what the grave.
Hi Zero,
I swear my big
welcome.
brother's great.
Enjoy a glass of wine.
I swear. Trust me. Get out there quick.
How are you
That was me. I'm
doing?
holding. I got 2 hands.
Both young explorers hear movement coming from that same creepy little room.
Okay, the
Some
thing
video
is,
commenters
how
even
could
claim to
it
have
he
seen
being
movement
the
in
cameraman?
shadows as the
He
camera
wasn't
whips
at the
around toward
room.
that door.
Why is he even asking that? I was like, why is he saying I have only 2 hands? I was holding the camera. That's not the explanation you should be giving. You should be saying, oh, I've been
Of
in the
course,
same
that
room
could
as
just be an
you.
Optical illusion. Let me know what you think.
What?
Either way, both of the young YouTubers decide it's time to give up on their 24-hour challenge and just get out quick. So was this a real paranormal encounter in a haunted building? Or were these guys just a little too jumpy over a creepy little room? You decide. The Anna Novelties Ghost. So there's a shop called Anna's Novelties in Adrian, Michigan that has one very unwelcome customer. The owner and workers at the shop claim that Anna's is haunted by a poltergeist that routinely knocks things from the shelves.
Oh no, they have a cat ghost. Why is the quality so bad? It's like a bad quality camera filmed on a bad quality camera. Like, I see 2 pixels.
Now it's interesting to note that the products don't just drop off the racks as if they're not shelved properly, but actually fly off with some force.
How many
There was
tarot
enough
does it take?
repeated
Only 1
supernatural
tarot.
activity
I
in the
actually have
store
done that
the owner
before.
called
And I
in a
almost
local
always
group of
succeed.
ghost hunters.
90%
Spirit
succession
Presence
rate.
Paranormal team.
We don't talk about 10%
Team
that
actually
didn't
manages
succeed.
to catch some more bizarre incidents
I would
during
if
their
I
short
could. I don't really
investigation.
have any haunted places near me. I just know that I know. I also don't want to die because I swear to God, if I die, if I go to these kind of places, I will just trip on something and fall on something and break my head, and then I will haunt that place. Like that's how I would die. Like it's 100%.
So, what do you think?
It's not the ghost that I
Is
would
the
be
ghost
scared
caught
of.
on CCTV, or just some bad product racks and a buggy computer? Let me know what you think.
Thank you for the wish, Shira. Thank you.
This next video is pretty much a classic internet poltergeist video. In fact, it's a clip I've never featured
That's
just
not
because
true. I
it's
couldn't
one of
reach
those
it.
videos
I have
that's a little
like a ladder.
too perfect, if you know what I mean. But people keep sending it in to me and suggesting I put it in a top 5. So, here it is. And as always, I'll let you be the judge.
What did he say? I didn't listen.
Philip Shapiro believes that his house is haunted. So when he starts hearing strange noises coming from the basement, he pulls out his camera and goes to investigate.
This house feels like a horror game house. Oh. Why did you bonk me? Ah. Okay, see the bonk say a bag.
No.
No. At least Phasma haunting. I wonder how many people actually learn would like how many people use like Phasma knowledge to haunt ghosts? Because that's all I know. Oh. Thanks for the bonks. That's oh, come on, that's from the Poltergeist. You can just copy a movie. That's a nice sculpture of chairs though, like it's a lot of dedication to put the chairs like that. Yeah, I guess that's true. Like I feel like you can actually learn what the stuff do from Phasma, right? But then all my ghost hunting knowledge comes from Phasma. So that's how I...
We hear a strange
That's how I
noise
know
that
things.
almost sounds like a growl.
At least
coming
that's
from
how
the
I know
basement.
how things like the ghost equipment works.
And then, within seconds, the chairs are stacked like a cheap set of Legos. So is this a poltergeist caught on camera? Or just a well-crafted, long-running hoax? You decide.
Yeah, I feel like
So, most of the videos in this
the
week's
more
top 5
realistic
were
ghost
actually
would be
sent
like
in to me by
a
viewers.
motel.
And if you want to submit or suggest any videos for the
What?
top
Is that
5,
true?
you can do that
Oh my
at
god, I want to watch that. Please,
Facebook.com/nukes
please make a
top 5.
Phasmophobia movie. I don't know
Just
what
click
it's
on the
gonna
send
look like,
message
but I
button
want
and link
it.
the video. Unfortunately, I don't get to see every
I
single
want this
message,
to be true
but
so
if you attach a
badly.
scary video or link, it will definitely be passed
I
along
want
to
the
me.
movie. I don't even care if it's a bad movie or a good movie. I just want it to exist. The thing is, Phasma doesn't really have any lore, right? Does it have any lore? Well, I guess that like you could do fun things with like the cursed things, like the monkey paw and like the music books and stuff, right?
Oh my god.
Are you sort of freaked out by that? Because I'm like, really?
Jesus.
Oh my god! Speaking of music books. Even if it's bad, I want it to be either really good or like
5 ghosts caught on
so
camera
bad it's good.
by ghost hunters.
Voice
Thing
works for
in the
me.
Crypt.
They could
Ghost
do a
hunting
really good
YouTuber
like,
Franco TV
ghost
conducted
movie.
a paranormal investigation inside an allegedly haunted graveyard. In the video, Frank stays so late that he actually ends up getting accidentally locked inside the creepy cemetery. by
Honestly,
the
it could be like a movie about 4 people,
In Jacksonville.
like 4 ghost hunters, right? Going into like ghost hunt
That's the way out.
As it gets
and have little
darker,
Easter eggs
he
from the
begins to hear
game.
bizarre noises from somewhere among the graves.
That could work.
Alright guys, so right now, I'm still in this graveyard. Oh, give me a freaking break.
Is it playing a FNAF song? No, it's not a FNAF song, but it's a FNAF song for me now. I can tell, is it?
That is freaking spooky.
Is this spin-off song, right?
I'm trying to find it, but I don't want to get too close. Look at the size of this thing. Hello?
Then, Frank catches something very bizarre on camera.
I am heading towards the mausoleum area, which is right in front of me somewhere, right around there. And I'm gonna take you guys to check this area out one more time. Then I'm gonna try to see if I can head out of here because I'm pretty far from the car. All right, let me try this. There we go. All right. There they are right there. What is it? What the f is that? It's like a black thing.
The head? Oh
my god.
Wow, that was very slow.
It's moving. Get the out of here. Oh my god, that was so creepy. I want to make sure I have a place to run. I'm gonna see if I can catch what it was that I just saw. Oh my god. Hello?
Why is this flashlight so shaky?
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was so spooky. And it's not even there no more. Of course it's not even there no more.
Is there bodies in those
what I just saw.
little shelves? Or is
Frank
there
says that as he approached the
ashes?
mausoleum door, his flashlight battery, which
they put
previously
in
was
there?
fully charged, suddenly began to die. This is what caused the strange off and on illumination that we see in the video.
They are right there. What is it?
Oh god, I'm getting so annoyed with my fan sound. Should I know?
It's like a black
Distracts
thing.
me. But then it would be hot.
Oh my god. It's moving. Get the out of here. I have no freaking idea what that was.
But
I
bring
wanna
the
go
quiet
back.
fan
I'm gonna
in.
get back to
Okay,
the
wait.
car. I got
Give me a
goosebumps
second.
and
I'm
chills.
gonna go bring it.
Jesus Christ. No. Nope. No, 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 no. Nobody. Holy sh**.
Frank decides to just get out of there. After a few frantic phone calls, he manages to contact the cemetery groundskeeper, who comes to let him out. So did Frank catch a ghost on camera in a haunted cemetery? Or is it all just a hoax? You decide. By the way, be sure to check out this video and Frank's other creepy ghost hunt videos over on his channel at Franco TV. It knows your name. One of the most popular ghost hunting series on YouTube is BuzzFeed Unsolved. In one episode, hosts Shane and Ryan investigate the Waverly Hills Sanatorium, which is believed to be one of the most haunted locations in the entire world. The ghost of a
Come
little
back.
boy named Timmy is said to be particularly
Hi,
active
please.
on the
Hi, Frog.
hospital's
Welcome.
third
Thank you for the
floor.
lyrics, please.
They say that Timmy loves
How are
to
you
play
doing,
with
Frog?
blue rubber balls. Why
Rubber
the ball is
balls.
to be blue, I'm not sure, but many visitors claim that when a blue ball is placed on the floor, Timmy will move it.
What if it's a...
Take your time.
Isn't it
Whatever
purple?
energy you need to save up to move it, you just take your time
That looks purple to
and
me.
move it for me.
That's
Thank
a purple
you.
ball. You lied.
That's a good job, Tim.
While investigating, Ryan decides to conduct an experiment to see if he can contact
I
the
remember
ghost
watching it.
of little Timmy. Now, when watching this creepy clip,
Is
it's
it actually
very
6
important
years
to
ago
remember
when
that the
this
guy
video came
throwing the
out?
ball is named Ryan. Ryan. And you'll see why.
Timmy, I'm very scared, but if you could throw this ball
Enjoy
back,
your relaxing
I won't be
time.
as scared.
I'm good.
Oh
I'm good.
my
Thank
God,
you.
that's the biggest lie I've ever heard. All right, Timmy, I'm throwing the ball down. You ready?
I thought you were supposed to lay
All
down
right.
on the floor. Is it at least blue?
Oh my god. No. Dude, there's like...
Oh, thank God. I think we're good. It bounced a few extra times, though. Did you hear that?
Do you think it bounced? I thought it bounced a couple extra times, but I thought it was just my mind playing tricks on me.
It sounded like it stopped and then it bounced a little more.
If there's like a little stair in there, like one stair or something, it could have stopped and then fall from it.
I don't know if that means ghost, but...
Let's walk down there and find the ball.
That's the most serious I've
Give me
ever
that
seen.
bud.
Let's walk down there and find the ball.
All right, Timmy, we're coming to get the ball. I don't know where it went.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Do you want the flashlight right now? Oh, there it is.
No way.
Oh,
oh no! Oh no, 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 no!
Ryan, the ball bounced.
No, the ball stopped here. How the is that possible?
The ball stopped right
It's
here.
kind of cool. That is creepy.
Oh, no.
No, like, I feel like if his name wasn't like very common, that would have been cooler. Because I feel like Ryan is a pretty common name, right?
Inexplicably, the ball bounces down the hallway and then rolls into one of the rooms, stopping right beside some random graffiti that just happens to display Ryan's name. Ryan says that before throwing the ball, he hadn't seen the graffiti or even been inside that particular
There's also an
room.
Alex on the wall
Ball
over there.
came right into this hallway.
I don't know what the odds are, Timmy, that my ball would land right next to my name down there that I didn't know existed.
So could this just be random chance? Did a ghost move the ball? Or did BuzzFeed Unsolved just fake the whole bizarre occurrence? You decide. Just around the corner. Gypsy Paranormal is a group that does ghost hunting and urban exploration around northern Wales. On this occasion, the group was conducting a paranormal investigation of an old steel fabrication factory. Workers had reported odd encounters around the factory, including unexplained whistles, shadow figures, and even a case of a full-body ghostly apparition.
You're the
The
clown.
following video was caught by Mark Jones during the investigation by Gypsy Paranormal.
Wait, did it say Among Us? I didn't see that. Yeah, maybe it was like a ghost saying, oh, Among Us, and then there was accidentally Ryan on the other side. It's a high-dimensional girls also. I didn't see anything. Wait. Wait. Oh, it looks like someone's walking.
Someone running. Jeez. Hello? Hello?
Mark says that he didn't even notice the dark figure until he viewed his video back later. He says that his ghost hunting team entered the locked factory with the only key.
Do you like get
And there is no other
cloak
exit.
when you become a ghost?
Can't explain the figure
Do you like
or the sound.
automatically
that he
get
caught
a
on
cloak to wear?
Brushy
Is it like
Mountain.
your uniform as a
On the
ghost?
YouTube channel The G-Team Paranormal Investigators, Patty Adams leads a ghost hunting team
Take
that
your time,
checks out
Scarlett, take your time.
supposedly haunted buildings and locations. In one very creepy episode, they investigate the abandoned Brushy Mountain Prison in northern Tennessee. Brushy Mountain Prison is infamous because when it was opened in 1896, it served as a forced labor camp for prison inmates. Prisoners were required to work in extremely dangerous conditions in the Brushy Mountain coal mines. And if they didn't meet their daily work quota, they were beaten by prison guards. With a dark history like that, it's not surprising that Brushy Mountain Prison is considered to be a hotbed for paranormal activity. During the paranormal investigation of the prison, Patty enters a room where deceased prisoners were processed for burial. In this particular room, caretakers say that they
Yeah,
often
make
hear
sure to
what
not
sounds like
never
men
remove it.
working and
Make sure
carrying
to
on
appear in a weird place and
conversations,
like just slowly
even though
walk away.
no one else is in the building.
Especially when there's camera
There have
around.
also allegedly been multiple sightings of strange apparitions and shadow beings. Patty and her friend
Never run,
Stacy
just
immediately
slowly
begin to hear
walk away.
bizarre noises.
Whoa.
Yeah, I feel like me too. You shouldn't give me this power.
I just heard a voice.
How come the ghosts always say like weird things, like spooky things? I would say stuff like porn.
Oh my god. I just heard that.
Orgy.
Who's with us? What's your name?
Boobs.
Oh my god, you hear all that? Okay, there's movement in here somewhere.
And then Patty captures this scary footage in the window of one of the back rooms.
Backrooms didn't exist. Wait, did
Hello,
Backrooms
who's here?
exist 6 years ago? I don't remember. It feels like new, but then again, everything feels like new. I always think the Frozen movie is the new movie, but then I remember it's like 10 years old now. Hi, Epsilon, welcome. How are you doing?
I just saw something. Holy shit. I keep hearing but listen. Holy Stacy, I think I just seen something by that window over there. Right there.
Doing good, thank you. How are you doing?
Right there, I thought I just saw something.
I think raccoons on the walls.
I'm not sure. It does look like something's up there. I'm not sure what I saw, but I thought I saw something. What the hell?
Are you not scared
Then,
for it to
out
be
of
like
nowhere-
a person though?
Oh my god. Did you just freaking hear that?
Patty and Stacy have heard enough, and they decide to just leave the area. So what do you think
They went
G-Team
in, they heard some moans,
Paranormal
and they're
caught
like,
on
nah.
camera? Is this the ghost of an
Why
angry
is there
former
raccoons
prison
on the
inmate?
walls? Why is there
Let me know what you
raccoons in the prison walls?
By the way, you can check out Patty's full investigation of Brushy
confused.
Mountain Prison over on her channel, the G-Team Paranormal Investigators.
It's all coming from this area down here.
No!
What the hell?
This is a door.
Terrifying tour. This next video is especially unique because it doesn't involve your typical group of ghost hunters. This video was taken by Adelaide's Haunted Horizons Ghost Tours. This tour group
guess
is exploring the
that
supposedly
makes
haunted Talem
sense.
Town Church in South
It's just
Australia.
I never expected the prison
People
wall to
that
have
you
like
see in this
cute
video
kitsy drones.
are all random tour participants, not paranormal
That's not what I expect
researchers.
from prison, you know?
They have no reason to fake their reactions. So, first the tour group's camera and light batteries begin to drain mysteriously.
And why is the infrared light not working?
Can you
Why does everyone look demonic in this kind of in the dark
That
light?
as well was running when I was in here. And that one there's not running
For the
either.
beard. Welcome, welcome.
What
The
is
one name.
narcolepsy? Is someone's sleep
Very
paralysis
strange
demon
things begin
going
to
off
happen
script?
to the tour participants.
The one named Synapsis. Thank you, thank you. Why is my thing so quiet?
He just let down his chair. It felt like something sat on the chair and it vibrated. And then
I know if it's quiet on stream though. Can you hear the text to speech? Okay. It honestly does. Imagine playing D&D campaign, but like playing it not like a actually Dungeons and Dragons, and playing it like a Ghost Hunters instead.
He's over there. What is it?
Being like actual.
Seriously? What?
I'm completely losing the video. What's happening?
Maybe he hasn't moved from his spot. He can't reach from it. He's kind of creepy.
I feel like I've watched this video. I remember the area.
I'm good. No, but you're not reacting or anything. She's petrified and you're not even. You're just chilling. She just got. What happened to you? Did you get touched?
Yeah, seriously, felt like someone went like that on my back. Like my back was rubbing it.
I didn't realize you could do that, so it freaked me out.
you normally sit there as quietly as
No, that's the thing. He's normally really
He's
loud.
got that.
Obnoxious.
The quality is so bad, you can't even tell what's happening.
Then it learns a new trick, and this is the one that brought forward the new rule about if you don't feel right, if you get irritable, if you get angry, if you get anxious.
When he's staring at us. Wait, what's wrong? Oi.
Are you wrong?
What happened?
No, what is that? No, tell us. Just before you even started.
Yeah. You.
And if you think maybe that guy was just a bit unstable or perhaps having a bad day, well, he's not the only tour member who has a very frightening experience.
She said she just feels sad. For Sarah. Yeah. Oh, Sarah.
I mean, you're in a ghost tour. Do you think there's no like spooky stuff going on? There's no like things that they maybe planned.
You're making me sad. I'm gonna cry now.
Is it because you're scared and you need to go out, or do you just don't know?
She's
Yeah, you don't know why you're crying.
She's shaking. She's really shaking, like non-stop. Her legs are going crazy.
I knew he was here tonight. That's what I said to you outside the manor house. To stop tours completely
That way, because people won't come back.
because
What's going on?
it would spoil the game.
Dude, it's all something touched me again. Because I was really cold. It's just like something hot.
I don't understand what's happening. Is he just feeling things?
Well, you're going to have to take... Oh, you got a camera there?
Yeah, I'm filming.
Okay, you're going to have to take over manually because it's happening too much. It's moving
I
around.
feel really cold right now as well. I'm shivering. I'm shivering as well.
I have been shivering the whole time.
Yeah, she has been.
But
I'm
not now.
freezing cold. Are you alright, Sarah?
When you were getting upset, is that just from fear, or
I
you
just
just
thought-
randomly wanted to cry?
Are you freezing cold?
Your hand is shaking like crazy.
I'm freezing as well.
That's how I have been since I came in here.
I feel sick.
You feel sick as well?
Yeah.
I felt sick and I felt sad when I was crying.
Well, we can either keep going or we can call it a quit.
No, I think this is sitting in.
Is this what you come for?
Yeah, it's what we signed up for.
This is quite an active time in here.
Later in the video, in another area of the church, a tour member says he feels like he's been hit hard in the shoulder.
I mean,
by
they're
some
all
unseen
saying it, but
force.
you can't really see anything.
Unfortunately,
So
the
how's that a
camera only
proof?
catches the audio of the event.
I can't see anything. There's no.
What? That's my shoulder. What? Like here. Oh, jeez. Okay, it was not like you last time. I'm good. That like shoved me forward. Did it? Yeah.
I heard the knock behind you.
He has a scratch on him.
Where's the still camera gone?
I don't know. It should be up the front. Where is the scratch?
On my shoulder.
Welcome back, Scarlett. Welcome back.
Say
Oh
this
my
here.
nose.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Look how well it shows.
What am I looking at? It's someone's finger.
That's going to be better than any of
Hold on,
the
I'll just hold it down for a second.
Look at that, Ryan. Oh. Are you sort of freaked out by that? Because I'm like really.
I don't know what I see that
In the
someone's
end,
skin so
don't worry,
close.
all of the ghost tour participants made it out okay. So did this group experience
think that was
something
an armpit.
paranormal
That's
in
a
the
weird
haunted
part.
Tatum
Why was
Town
it so bumpy?
Church? Or was it just some form of bizarre group hysteria? Let me know what you think.
Witches? Oh my god. Look at that. This is my family.
Face has completely changed. Doesn't even look like a person.
Hello. Hello.
Top 5 scary things caught on camera. Witches. The Witch of Del Rey.
Del Rey.
Rose Veres was a Hungarian immigrant who ran a boarding house in the Del
Nice
Rey
hat.
neighborhood of Detroit, Michigan. Neighbors believed that Rose was a witch and possessed magical powers. Everyone in her boarding house feared her and refused to look her in the eye. But the story gets even creepier, because 12 men, possibly more, passed away under mysterious circumstances while living in Rose's boarding house. Rose was arrested in 1931.
Do you think
and
she was a
newspapers
witch?
dubbed her, quote,
Or a
the
murderer?
Witch of Del Rey. In this next video, a man who claims to be a policeman says he was filming outside the famous boarding house of the Witch of Del Rey when this happened.
I was on one of my recent calls. There was a domestic disturbance over in Del Rey, and it turned out to be resolved by the time I got there. But you know, some people yell.
Is this a voice changer? Or is that the guy's voice?
By the time I got there, I noticed there were some peculiar noises coming from a neighboring house. Please bear with me. I'm not professional at this, but there are some stills and footage I took.
We're here on Medina Street. With that thing on. The house appears abandoned. A lot about fires, and this looks like an isolated incident coming from within the home. Not very old.
I had no warrant, and I certainly did not want to enter if you see for yourself what I saw.
Hello! Hello!
What is sound?
On the force, you learn to trust your gut, to trust yourself, and I was jeopardizing my safety.
It's a face.
But the sounds I heard, and now you've heard, I
Why
cannot.
does he react to the sounds
So is this
in
the
the
ghost
video?
of the famous
That's
Witch
so
of Del
weird. Did
Rey
you not
taking
hear
a
it?
quick look out the window? Or is it all just a hoax? You decide. Cabin in the Woods. A Twitter poster named Greg claims that after his grandfather passed away, he inherited an isolated lake cabin located deep in the woods. He decided to stay there for the winter while trying to sell the house.
Leave me
But Greg
inheritance,
says that
please?
someone soon began to leave strange things outside his home,
How do you inherit haunted
including
places?
this odd wooden symbol that was left hanging on
I
his
would make
doorknob.
so much money out of it.
He says that soon after, he began to find more of the strange trinkets around his property. And late one night, while Greg was wandering around outside, he saw this.
Ew. That's so creepy. That's so cool. It's a fish person. Look closer. Ew. Wait. Was he outside filming that person? No way. There's no way you're gonna stay and
Strange
just
woman,
film them.
bald, and seemingly
How do you
with
know
only
it's a
pale
woman?
skin where her eyes should be, was standing
Where
in the
is a
darkness
woman
outside his
indication on
home.
that person?
Greg says that he could only describe the woman as a witch, but he
Excuse
doesn't know
me?
who she was or why she was there.
What?
Now, of course, most
Can we
people
stop
believe Greg's story to be yet another Twitter ARG
That's so offensive.
or internet horror fiction. But many of his 100,000 Twitter followers believe his story to be something more. And of course, Greg claims that his story is 100%
She
real.
looks more like a mermaid to me.
So
like
is this
the
Twitter
facial
tale fact
features.
or fiction? Is this the true story of a lonely mountain cabin and what could be a mysterious witch in the woods? Or is it just another intricate Twitter creepypasta? You decide. By the way, you can read more of Greg's story on his Twitter at Gregory88. Bruja in the basement. In a very strange video from Colombia, a family claims that they are tormented by the spirit of a
How are you
bruja or witch who haunts their home. In this
Is the
clip,
whole
they are
video
woken
about
in the middle
witches?
of the night by bizarre moans coming from downstairs.
And I didn't miss that many. We're looking at witches apparently now.
De la mañana.
This is my family. My extended family.
Están molestando como siempre. Esta vez quise grabar. Aquí está la Marianita. Voy a
Oh my god, the video quality is crazy. You know, I always want to excuse it because I'm like, oh, it's been 6 years ago. But then I'm like, 6 years ago it was 2019. The video quality was good at that time.
Pero grabemos esto. Cristian está acá abajo del Chris, papi, Cristian, ven, tus compañeros estén pendientes que otra vez están molestando la puerta. Están molestando acá. Vamos, vamos, vaya. Dile a Joanita. Mami, ¿te oye?
How many kids are in this house? Oh my god! There's like a toddler, a child, a newborn, another person on the bed.
¿Se están escuchando?
I mean, at this point, just give one of them away. You have so many. You can spare one. Where is it? What's happening? What? Are they hearing something? That's what's happening.
Mami, ¿te oyes abajo? ¿Te oyes abajo? Mami, ¿está abajo? Sí. Cójala, yo no estoy... Deja la niña, no hay que subirse algo, nosotros andamos en una bonita ahorita.
Why would you go to the basement? Why wouldn't you go outside?
No, espere, yo no quiero bajar solo. Bájale todo.
She just sent him down. She's like, yeah, go take.
Mami, está hacia allá, mire. Se le acercó la cámara. No está por allá.
Maybe it's just me, but if this was me and like my family, right? I would not have even thought about filming stuff. I would be too terrified of everyone dying. I would feel like, oh my god, we're all gonna die. Where's this? Where is he filming? Why did they go to the basement to begin with? I have no idea what's happening.
As
So
is
hard
probably
to
evident from the potato video quality, this clip has been passed around the internet to the point that the original source is no longer known. So unfortunately, there's no follow-up and no information on what happened to the family. But what's your opinion? Does it look like this family is being haunted by the spirit of a witch? Or is it all just a hoax and some fake hysteria?
How do they can even say that it's a witch?
Witch's
It
Walkway.
was dark shadow.
Mike from the YouTube channel The In Vegas Style set up a motion-activated security camera
I feel like
outside
it was
his home
slander.
after neighbors told him that some suspicious teens were skulking around his house while he was at work. Sure enough, he caught video of someone who seemed to be casing his home, repeatedly walking up to his house to check things out. Mike posted the video online and notified his neighbors to be on the lookout. Luckily, everything worked out, and there was never a break-in or any property vandalism. Now, cut to 2 years later. Mike still has his motion-activated security camera installed, monitoring the street outside his home. Well, on this particular day, the camera catches something very bizarre. The camera begins recording as Mike's wife pulls into their garage, but the footage is digitally distorted. It's so pixelated that it almost looks like the camera is damaged or receiving some serious interference. But notice the strange figure walking down the sidewalk, and then the video clears for one brief frame to reveal this. For just an instant, we see clear footage of something that appears to be right out of a horror movie. It looks like some misshapen thing with a long nose and a tiny head.
Even the way
dressed
the
in
walks
very
kind of
bizarre
felt
clothing.
like a video
Now,
game
as I mentioned,
character.
there is heavy distortion in the clip, but it seems very odd that the person or thing in the video seems to be much more distorted than the surroundings. Mike says
I mean,
that
the
his
whole thing is
surveillance camera has
distorted.
never malfunctioned before this clip, and has never malfunctioned since. This is the only time this ever happened. So, what do you think? Is this simply digital distortion rearranging the features of an average person? Could it be someone wearing a mask?
I think someone could just wear a
Either
costume
way,
or something,
why
right?
does this odd glitch only occur right as this person enters the frame? Is it a witch, a creature, a thing, or simply digital distortion? Let me know what you think. The Cage. Now, this next clip already appeared in a top 5 list on this channel a year ago, but no top 5 list of witches caught on camera would be complete without it. In fact, this is probably one of the creepiest paranormal videos I've ever seen. So, in the small town of St. Osyth in Essex, UK, there's a very old abandoned prison called The Cage. The
That's a
prison is
prison?
unique in that for over 400 years,
It's the tiniest
served as a
prison I've ever
jail to
seen.
confine and execute women convicted of witchcraft.
Oh.
Paranormal researcher Brian Mack and his crew went to the site to perform an investigation into the supposed supernatural activity in the prison. While there, the crew said that they heard strange footsteps and whispers, lights turned on and off by themselves, and members of the crew were bitten or pinched by something that they couldn't see. The experience was so frightening that some crew members actually refused to continue with the investigation.
Game of 5.
But the creepiest and most bizarre experience of all came when Brian Mack's team attempted to perform a seance while Brian observed from the other room.
Face has completely changed. Doesn't even look like a person.
Right, Debbie, you need to come
I
down
think I've
here for a
seen this
minute, please.
before.
Oh, that was weird. Her eyes were black.
As the seance begins, one of the women's face seems to transform and contort in a horrifying way.
It does look cool.
Her nose seems to grow and her mouth curves into a bizarre, inhuman grin.
Is her nose growing? I guess a little bit,
Face has
yeah.
completely changed. Doesn't even look like a person.
Thank you for the hydration. Thank you, Frog.
Right, Debbie, you need to come down here for a minute, please. Oh, that was weird.
And again, the
Her eyes
camera is
were
like.
black.
The
I feel like
researchers
the night
become
light.
worried and call
like
the woman out of the room. It was later found that even though the woman had been
Camera like
wearing
that.
several layers of thick clothing, she had a bizarre burn mark down the back of her neck.
Is that a burn
After the
mark?
investigation, the woman says that she had horrible nightmares and
I feel like
experienced
bizarre
strange
burn
things
mark would
around
be
her
like
home.
you see like
So was this
flash a
woman
little bit. I
possessed
don't
by
know.
the
You see
spirit
like
of a witch?
that's not a bizarre
Is it
burn
all
mark,
just a
okay?
trick of the light and the camera angle. A very, very
Like the ghosts
bizarre
clearly don't put enough effort into
me know
burn
what you
marks or scratches. Like I at least want to see a little bit of blood
Thanks for
to call
watching.
it
For
bizarre,
all new
okay?
videos and clips, check out this week's Facebook extras.
They never even get to blood.
/Nukes Top 5.
My
And
cat
while
does
you're there, if
more
you wanna
bizarre
suggest a clip
scratches.
for inclusion in the top 5, just hit the submit message button.
Oh, I'm getting cold. Okay. But if I turn it off, I'm gonna be getting hot then.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. The Thing in the Basement. Blake
The Thing in
Smith
the
claimed that he
Basement.
often heard strange sounds coming from his basement, and occasionally even heard the door to the basement rattling. One night, he gathers his nerve, grabs a camera, and goes to investigate.
It's like
It's
there's
funny
someone there, but
you can lock the
every too
basement
much
from
work to go down,
outside.
so here I go. Oh, Jesus, I hear something. Hello?
Yeah, I feel like every basement have a thing.
Hello? Oh, jeez. Alright. Hello? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Alright. Is anyone here?
Why don't you turn on the lights? For what reason would you not turn on the lights?
Who's on the door? Oh, Jesus. Are those... Hello?
What happened to the flashlight?
Holy that's too much for me. Too much for me. Jesus.
I don't understand Ricky's anymore.
After the first basement encounter, things get even more bizarre, as Blake starts to hear strange crying coming from downstairs on a regular basis.
Hello?
You don't even need a flashlight. I'm sure your house have electricity, right? You can just turn on the lights. Also, this basement is ginormous. What is this basement for? Like, this basement could be a whole another house. You can host people in there.
So was Blake Smith's basement haunted by some bizarre crying entity? Or was it all just a hoax? Tell me what you think. One bad night. Kuda Slapadanko claims that strange things have been happening since he moved into his new apartment. He's come home to find cupboards that have opened on their own, and things in the apartment seem to have strangely been moved around. But on this particular night,
Exactly,
paranormal
just rent
activity
it
in
as
his
an apartment. I would
seems to
rent
have
it, even
reached
with a
peak.
ghost.
Man,
See, I would like to have a ghost. I would tell the ghost all about the things I read. No one else listens to me. And the ghost doesn't have a choice but listen.
the is that?
Oh, the ghost is doing stuff.
What the is that? Some in the water or
Aliens.
what? The is that? Man, some in my house. Get the out. The is that? Oh, that, I'm out. I'm out. Go on. Where's my teeth?
After this video, Kuda says he simply left the apartment, leaving the lights and television on. He says that he has given notice to the management that he will be moving immediately. Now, it should be noted that this clip comes from Kuda's Facebook, and although he's mentioned paranormal activity in his apartment before, this is the only supernatural or ghost video he has ever posted. So is this a ghost caught on camera running
I don't
amok?
know.
Or is it all just a hoax? Let me know what you think in the comments. La Llorona.
I don't think that's
La Llorona is a Latin American folk legend about the ghost of a woman who cries and weeps over her lost children. Translated to English, La Llorona simply means the weeping woman. It is believed that anyone who hears La Llorona weeping will experience great misfortune. Now, there are multiple videos online that show people who claim to have caught the cries of La Llorona on tape.
How do they
In Chalco,
differentiate that
Mexico,
this
this man
specifically
claims
is
to
ghost?
have woken up to the sound of what he believes to be La Llorona just outside his bedroom window.
Ya desperté porque escuché unos pinches gritos. Son la 1 de la mañana.
That's not crying, that's someone's being killed. Someone is dying there. I don't think that's crying woman. I think that's dying woman.
Cabrón.
Sorry, bro. Oh my god, this guy is allergic. You okay, I understand.
No mames. ¿Qué pedo? ¿Qué pedo con eso? ¿Qué es?
Now, the creepiest clip of all is this video of a security guard working the overnight shift in a government building. The uploader says that every door in the building locks via a secure card reader. so it would be almost impossible for someone to just wander inside. It's 3:30 in the morning, and the security guard should be completely alone in the building. But it seems there might be someone or something in there with him.
Just listen.
Oh my god, the quality again.
Okay. But I'm telling you, this place is up, dude. Just listen. Look ahead of me.
Again, that's not weeping, that's screaming for their life. How is that weeping? I imagine a crying woman to be like, crying creepily. Like, very sad and stuff. I don't imagine them screaming for their life. Maybe I'm imagining wrong.
He like bobbed me in the back, dude. I swear to God, dude. I'm not f***ing kidding you, dude. Sophie, real dude. Okay?
She actually screams? Why is she a crying woman then? Why is she not a screaming woman?
I'm getting cold, dude. I'm gonna get the out of the spot, dude. Real I don't know if you heard that. I know I heard it. This spot, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna do a transfer, dude. I can't deal with paranormal. I don't know.
After this night, the security guard put in for a transfer. So I have to say that this guy seems legitimately scared.
Oh, this
so
guy's
really
camera sucks.
Or he deserves an Oscar for this performance.
He needs a new phone.
But what do you think? Could someone just be playing a prank on the
I mean, not
unsuspecting
silently
guard?
cry, but
Or is
creepy
La Llorona
cry. How do you explain, like,
taking a late
you know
night
the
visit?
witch from the
And as an
Resident,
extra,
not
while
Resident
we're
Evil,
on the
the,
subject
from
of
Left 4
folklore
Dead,
and legends,
kind of cries.
in Hawaii,
Like, you can
it is
hear
said that
the
the
cries,
ghosts of
but it's not a
ancient Hawaiian
screams.
warriors called night marchers
And it sounds
walk the
creepy because
island
it's
path.
crying. Because whenever
Well,
someone
while
screams,
out
I
for
get
a run
scared,
on
but
the
not
island
like
of
as
Oahu,
scared as when someone's
Cassie Smith
crying.
thinks she might have caught a night marcher on camera. She even caught a brief bit of video of the strange apparition appearing.
Like, I imagine crying would be more scary than screaming for some reason.
Cassie says that there was no one else around when the photo was taken.
That's creepy.
Dead famous.
Did you hear that?
Dead Famous was a somewhat popular British ghost hunting series
I
that
mean,
aired
okay,
from 2004
that it has to be like
2006.
if it's a real
In 2
person,
episodes
I of
over a
course would be like
6-month
more
period, the
distressed
hosts
by the
investigated
cry,
the
screaming,
Thunderbird
right? I would be like, oh my god,
Lodge,
they
supposedly
heard or
haunted mansion
something.
on the shores
But if
of
we're
Lake
talking
Tahoe,
about
Nevada.
ghosts, I feel like I would be more scared,
Now,
but
during
like
the
just
investigations, the hosts claimed to experience a few
Whipping.
bizarre encounters.
and like not silent, but like more like a whipping instead of like if the ghost screams at me, I'd be like, oh. What the But if the ghost is just silently crying somewhere in the corner and you can hear like little cries, that would scare me more.
Is there anything?
I don't know, it's weird. It's like, I would be more scared to see a little ghost girl than a big guy ghost. It's kind of the same, I feel like, right? Who's running? What happened?
But by far the creepiest evidence they found were the supposed voices of spirits whispering from the dark
I know
water
there's a
of the
movie. I
estate's
heard it's a bad
boathouse.
movie though.
On their first visit, host
about
Chris
Phil.
Fleming claims that he feels such a
I
strong
don't remember.
negative
I remember
presence in the
there was like
boathouse
two
that he
kids
has
in
to
it,
leave.
and that's all I remember. I don't remember what it was about, so I don't remember the story.
I'm
at
having
all.
a feeling of get the hell out of here.
You what?
I'm having a feeling it does not want me here.
I don't know how true that movie stayed to the original story. That's my only knowledge about that ghost.
Maybe it's a woman then. Maybe it is a woman.
Whatever it is, I'm not staying back there.
And when host Gail Porter stays behind alone, things get even creepier.
Hello? Hi.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for the headbuds. What? How did they hear all of that in those?
When Chris Fleming returns to the boathouse, whatever seems to be
The
talking
ghost is
to
like,
him
oh my god, look, it's a
isn't
lady.
any
It's a
friendlier.
lady.
You guys ready to go back in there one last time?
Yes.
Okay, right, let's go. Who are you?
That's not what it said. You cannot tell me that's what it said.
All right, I think the last thing that
Maybe I heard
occurred
the hurt you a little bit.
here was some happiness.
What did it say? Fucking poop?
This is where
What?
she drowned, right here. Dog's picking it up.
The dog is like, what? I'm not picking anything
I
up.
think she left.
Jasper?
She's happy.
She just said fucking poop. I don't think she's happy.
If there are any spirits here, speak to us through the water if you have to. We want to hear your voice.
How do you speak through the water?
Now, whether the ghostly voices are real or not, it certainly seems that the hosts just don't get the message.
The water's a lot more peaceful than it usually is.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot more peaceful in here. How do you feel, Gil?
Nothing.
Feel peaceful?
Yeah.
So do I. I think our job's done.
Come on now.
What?
So were these ghostly voices calling out from the water?
What?
Or just
What?
bizarre,
What?
over-amplified background noise? You decide. Get Out. One of the oddest ghostly tales from YouTube is the story of Joseph Chancelmay. Joseph first posted to YouTube in 2011, making the strange claim that his apartment was haunted.
I've had some kind of weird stuff happen in my apartment here lately. My girlfriend's out of town. But every time we go to bed, we end up seeing some strange stuff. Things aren't where it's supposed to be. There's not doors that are open that we know that we closed, like our bedroom. Just weird things that we can't explain.
Joseph posted videos that he claimed showed paranormal activity in his apartment for the next 2 years. Now, most of his videos didn't contain anything that dramatic. There was some light flickering, random doors opening on their own, and some things thrown out of a cupboard. But the most bizarre paranormal activity seemed to occur in his bathroom. Many nights, Joseph would wake up to the sound of his bathroom faucet being turned on, even though no one was inside.
Does he live alone? How did you not wake up from that? That's loud. The ghost is just taking a bath, I guess, at this point. Yeah, the ghost is like, okay, I'm gonna close the door now.
Camera, guys. I can't get this pot. The hell?
Why is...
So Joseph decided to set up a camera to film his
Why
bathroom
was that thing
sink
on the floor of the
overnight.
bath?
This is what happened.
On the bath floor. Please pick it up. Are you pushing the camera?
Most interesting of all is that we can actually see the faucet handle turn on its own.
I don't wonder how he did that.
So many times in these videos, people will ask in the comments, so if the place was haunted, why didn't he just leave? Well, that's actually what Joseph did. He left.
I got some good news. Good news is I moved to a new apartment. Bad news is I'm out of my old one. So anyways, obviously I can't film real ghost videos because I don't have a real ghost. So
Joseph Chancelmain never posted another video after his move to the new apartment. The ghost videos he recorded are still on his channel and have millions of views. So, was it all a hoax? And if it was a hoax, why would Joseph simply quit YouTube after he moved to his new apartment? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. For even more new videos and stories, be sure to check out this week's Facebook extras at facebook.com/nukes.
I don't remember this one. Oh my god, stop! She's throwing a tantrum because she cannot go outside for 2 weeks now.
Cats and dogs who saw something their owners couldn't see. Across the rug.
Now
Jade
she has to
Hensel
be
is sitting around
quarantined
with
for
her
2
mom
weeks
late
and
one
she's
night,
throwing
and her
tantrums
dog
every
Colt
day.
suddenly begins to
So
freak
you'll
out
be
at
listening
something
to it
down
for
a dark
2 weeks
hallway
now.
in the house. Jade says that Colt is usually very calm, and this kind of sudden outburst by the dog is extremely unusual.
Ah, wow,
Come
thanks
here.
for the bonk.
No.
I'm bullying her.
Let it go.
I'm making sure she's okay. Stop.
Come here.
Jade tells her mom that it looks like the dog is being pushed by something. And if you watch him, it does kind of look like Colt is slowly moving
Please.
backwards along the floor, with his paws taking sudden slips across the wood.
Stop jumping on the table. It's shaking so much. No.
What is he seeing? I'm scared.
Look at the dog.
Bro, I'm scared. I'm scared. What's going on? Why is he being pushed? He's being pushed.
Is he being pushed? I don't know. Is a ghost like pushing the dog? That's so mean. What's that? Is that slippers glowing?
Now, it would be easy enough to simply say that this dog is freaking out over nothing. In fact, that's basically what Jade's mom says in the clip. But then, this happens.
Oh god, the ghost is bullying the dog!
He's coming.
Right after Jade's mom says, if he goes flying across that rug, then it almost looks like something gives the dog a big push towards the
It
rug,
does kind of look like
knocking
it though.
him on his side.
Poor dog!
But what do you think?
Don't bully the dog.
Is this a dog reacting to a ghost caught on camera? or is little Colt just having a random freakout and slipping on the wood floor? Let me know what you think down in the
end
comments.
when the push is happening, it actually kind of looks
or
like
just a fish story. Late one night, Reddit user Gingifer81 is filming his cat watching his fish swim back and forth in the tank. Suddenly, this happens.
That is so cute. It's so tiny. Oh god, the fish is freaking out.
Now, there are at least 3 pretty bizarre things going on in this video. The first, of course, is the strange orb flash in the video. But then the cat actually seems to react to it,
Yeah,
shaking its head
that's
and turning
cool.
away from the fish, seemingly confused. But it gets even stranger. As one Reddit commenter pointed out, the big fish in the tank seems to swim over and actually stare at the spot before the orb appears, as if it too
Can the
see
fish
something there.
see from inside the tank? Can they see outside the tank? Because I was always told that they see mirror. I'm not sure how true it is. I never
So
tried to
is this
put
a
my
cat
head in
and a
tank.
fish both reacting
with-
to a
with
ghostly
water
orb?
in it.
Or
So I
is
don't
it just
actually
a
know if
hope?
the fish can actually see
Decide.
outside of the tank.
Something.
Has anyone
in the
ever
kitchen.
tried it?
A woman claims that her house is haunted by an angry ghost and that her yellow lab often randomly refuses to enter certain rooms. One night the dog seems to be frightened of something in the kitchen.
Hi Destroy, welcome.
Something that she
How are you
can't
doing?
see. She pulls out her phone and records the event.
Can you come here? Come here, Smooch. It's okay.
What happened? Is the dog scared of the telephone booth?
It's okay. Come on. It's okay.
Painting.
It's okay, come on.
See, that's why I don't like dogs to be in my house. I feel like if it's a cat reacting like that, I would be like, ah, it's just a cat. But if the dog reacted like that, I would have a heart
Attempts,
attack.
the dog just can't seem to force himself to enter the kitchen. The owner does everything she can, including offering him food and treats.
Come on, get your cookie. Come on, want a cookie? You want a cookie? Come on. Come on, cookie. Smooch, come on. Come. Leave my dog alone.
You said dog? Oh, you said ghost, sorry.
Leave
The
my
dog
dog
confused me.
alone. Come on. It's okay. Come on.
Why wouldn't you go to the dog?
Come on, Smooch. Come.
Why would she go to the dog?
The dog absolutely
Go to
will
the
not
dog.
enter the kitchen and just retreats from the hallway to hide. So do you believe the woman's claim that her house is haunted and that the dog is actually seeing a ghost? Or do you have another
Well, the
theory
dog
as
is
to
not a
why the
good
dog won't
protector
go near
from
the
ghosts,
kitchen?
apparently.
Let me know down in the comments.
That's good to know.
Cat's Eye.
Oh no.
On the YouTube channel Ghost Riders Paranormal, a guy named Chris claims that the place where he lives is haunted. In this video, Chris is setting up for an EVP session when something very
When he was a
bizarre
kid.
happens that he doesn't even notice. But his cat definitely sees something.
It's a
So the
kitten.
cat doesn't jump up here
I think. Look at this move.
and break
Look at this
the
small
black
cat.
light.
It looks like a kitten. Do you not hear the
Black
door
light is
opening?
really weak.
It should be noted that the cat seems to sense something strange and goes over for a closer look before the door even opens. Chris says that there was no one else in the house at the time.
How can you not see the door moving?
Spot. On the YouTube channel Chuck's Paranormal Adventures, a guy, obviously named Chuck, travels to haunted buildings and locations all over the US to conduct supernatural investigations. However, on this particular occasion, he didn't have to go any further than his own kitchen. His dog Emily seems to be spooked by something that only she can see.
There's the chips on the floor. The dog won't come to get them.
I feel like...
And just to show you, I got some chips
when I was
here,
like,
right
oh, there's no one else in the
And
house.
put 'em in
It's
a-
like...
There.
You just have
Eat
to
'em right
trust
up.
it.
And those are the same chips, and the dog will not go near them. This dog will come into the kitchen at dinner time. She'll come
Okay, but
in when I'm eating breakfast.
dogs
when
do
somebody in
do
the
some
family's having
weird stuff
something, and
sometimes,
another
right?
time she just will not step foot in here. And there she is. There's I
It's
just
also
threw
with
a
dogs
couple
and
of
kittens,
little corn
apparently.
tortillas on the floor, and she won't go near them. Something's like spooking her. Em, go ahead, get him. Right there, get him. Em, get him. See, if I toss one over to her, see, she eats it. She likes it. I just tossed some chips right there.
There's
and
one of
she
those
stares
that's on the
at 'em
floor.
like,
There's one of those on the floor.
See, she gets within a couple of feet. She was all set to go get him. Now she's going to run around his door and try to sneak in this way. Come on, Em, get him. There's a ghost bothering you?
There's a
The
dog
ghost won't let you
barrier.
get the chips? What are you
No
looking
dog is allowed.
at? Em, get him.
Why is he bullying the dog? The dog clearly cannot get them.
So, there's your life as a ghost hunter. Sometimes you never know what's going to pop in the house.
Now you
Chuck
have
even
to
picks up one of
clean
the
it.
chips that his dog won't go near to prove that there's nothing wrong with the food.
Okay.
Em, get him. Come here, Em. Come on. Come on. Ooh, look at chips. Get him. Yummy. See, now I just picked one up. I just tossed it on the floor, and I'll toss it over to her.
When he kneels on that same weird spot, his phone suddenly shuts off on its own.
As I was just standing there, my phone recorder shut off for no reason. So now we're on videotape 2 of this. This is a continuance because my phone just shut itself off. So I'm restarting it again. And I'm going to try something else. Try the Alpo Dental Chew.
The dog was getting so many snacks that day.
And as you can see, she loves these. And I'm going to put it right there with the chips.
I also do feel
And
like,
again,
you know how
she has stopped
you can
in
train the
track.
dog to be like, wait and eat kind of thing? Do you think he just have like a hand motions or something that can like
Now,
prevent the dog
I know
from
there's a
eating?
skeptic or whoever who's going to say, skeptic whoever's going to say, I've put something there, but you can see, look, her ears have gone down. She's trying to get to it. It's like there's something standing right there keeping her from doing it. She wants the treat. I'm not stopping her. Em, get him. Now she's going to come around and try to sneak over here. She's, see, but she stops and looks. What's the matter, Em? Who's there? Who is it? Oh, and there's the noise. She's looking around. I'm getting a chill right now, so that's the life of a ghost hunter. You just don't know what's going to go down. Now she's shaking. You want your treats here? See, I toss it to her. She grabs it. So it's not like I was throwing her bad food and she didn't want it. She wanted it. And she takes it into the other room to have a little snack. So she ate it right up. So it's not like if there's somebody who thinks I'm
I
playing.
wonder if he
a joke and
moves
throwing
this
bad
from
food,
this
I'm not.
spot closer
And
to
give
the
it-
dog, but like not
It's
throw
like
it to the
there's something
dog.
right there
Will the
doesn't
dog
wanna
eat
do
it?
So we've had to chill. We just heard a little noise. She shakes, looking around. So, all right, that's enough of that. I could sit here for probably the next 20 minutes or so. Who knows what's going to happen? But again, it's just one of those weird things. Look how close she is, and she is like scared to even. She's like trying to get as close as she can to it.
I feel like if the dog was scared,
But here, some people don't think that this was like some trick.
it wouldn't try to get so
Actually put bad
close to
food
it,
here.
even for food, right? I don't know.
There you go, Em. See? That one spot. And there she is eating it up. So you can see it wasn't a trick of any type. So, and look at her. She's like afraid now. She's run off. So, alright, that's it. That's, life
I don't
at,
know. It is
the House of
weird.
Chuck's
I think that's
Paranormal
very good
Adventures. And we'll have another
training
video out,
of the dog,
as soon as
maybe.
get around
I don't
to
know.
it.
Now, Chuck offers a couple of very spooky explanations for what may be going on here. Chuck suggests that since he is an avid ghost hunter, a spirit might have followed him home and is now spooking his dog. But his other possible explanation is even creepier and also a bit sad. It seems that Chuck used to have two dogs, Emily, of course, and also a beagle who was a rescue dog. Unfortunately, the beagle had passed away almost exactly 1 year before this video was filmed. Chuck pointed out that the way Emily is acting is the same way that she used to act when trying to steal a treat from his beagle. He says the beagle would growl and Emily would retreat in much the same way that she does in the video. So is it possible that Chuck's home is actually haunted by his departed beagle, who's still guarding his treats? You decide. But for the more skeptical viewers who think that maybe the dog is just quirky and strangely afraid of that particular area, well, Chuck filmed a new video the very next day.
Same spot as yesterday. Em, come here. Oh, you laying in these? See, here's a nice treat. Here's the dog. I put it down right there. No, she grabbed it and ran off because she does that. But see, she came right to the spot that was here yesterday. And
See, I feel
took
like
her
because he
treat and
tosses the food, the dog knows it's okay to eat it. But when it's just laying down, it's probably like... I'm assuming the dog might be trained to not like take the food from the floor unless the owner like toss it to the dog. No?
Here's the spot that was yesterday. I'm going to put the chips
Because
down.
he tosses it and then the dog
in
eats
the
it.
spot where that she
But then
refused
when
to
it
go
lays
to.
down, the dog is almost afraid and waiting for like
So
the
one day she's
the
fine,
approval
one
of the
day
guy.
She don't want to be there. You see, there she is in the spot. And no issues.
So,
That's what it feels like
why
to
do
me.
you think the dog wouldn't go anywhere near that spot, even for her favorite treats? Let me know down below. Also, be sure to check out Chuck's YouTube channel, Chuck's Paranormal Adventures. The channel features more creepy videos like this, including another spooky video where Emily refuses to go near another bizarre spot in the house.
Like I wish he would toss to that specific spot.
Thanks for watching the video. Since you guys
I
requested
feel like
more
that would be a
Facebook
good
extras,
evidence
this week
then.
there are
But he
all
doesn't
new bonus
toss, he like
stories and
already
videos
lays the
only
food
on
in there.
Facebook. You can find a link to the new videos in the pinned comment below and also in the video description. And while you're over there, if you'd like to submit a scary
I don't know,
video
maybe
for
I'm
the top 5,
overthinking it.
just hit the Facebook send message button.
And that's a dog one. Oh, it's cats and dogs. I don't know if I should watch this, but it's okay. Yeah, I feel like dogs are very smart with that. Like, you know, I feel like if they
Cats
train
and
like
dogs
that,
that
it's
saw something
gonna...
their owners couldn't see. The dog and the spirit box. Mike Jameson claims that several spirits haunt his home.
I feel like if it was a
One night he's
cat, I
recording
would
a
believe it
session with a
more just
spirit
because the cat
box,
doesn't
which
give
is
a shit.
basically a device that scans through radio frequencies looking for sound.
Hi, hipster, welcome.
Paranormal
How are you
researchers
doing?
believe that these sounds come from ghosts or supernatural entities.
But then again, the
Mike's
cats
dog
are like
Buckeye is
harder
there
to...
with
I
him.
don't know.
The dog is staring at the basement stairs and seems to be a little freaked out by the whole creepy experience. Eerily, a voice on the spirit box first seems to say Mike's name, but otherwise, it seems a bit confused.
Mike? Yeah, what's up, man? You just said my name.
That's clearly a dog. Yeah. Stupid
in a later
ghost.
clip, we see more activity in the scary video as the dog heads for the basement stairs.
The ghost doesn't differentiate between cats and dogs. Oh, now it knows. See, it tasted. It learned.
Mike asks the spirits to come up the stairs. His dog Buckeye seems to be staring intently at something, and Mike begins to capture on video what many paranormal researchers call orbs.
Not the orbs.
Can
It's a
you
mimic.
walk up my steps? I want to capture you on video, spirits. Look at the dog. Oh, nice. I just seen an orb come through. Ooh, oh my god.
But it's snowing
I just seen an orb
orbs.
come straight to the right
It's
side
snowing.
of the camera at 117. I did see something come from the left side of the dog, but I'm not sure on that. His tail is not moving. See his head turn.
Suddenly, Mike's camera begins to malfunction, losing focus for no reason. At the same moment, his dog Buckeye freaks out.
Oh, losing focus, losing focus. Oh my god.
He didn't freak out, he just went down there.
Wow, dude, see. Yeah, my camera just lost focus and I got goosebumps, spirits.
So, was Mike actually communicating with ghosts, and could his dog Buckeye actually see or sense them? Or was it all just random coincidence?
I don't think it's a
Decide.
coincidence. I think there might have been someone in the basement.
Cat sees a
Distracting
ghost.
the dog.
One night, Kimberly Haas' cat suddenly becomes very disturbed by something in the room, even though Kimberly can't see anything. The hair on the cat's back begins to stand up and it paces the floor as if it is looking at something threatening above the dresser.
That is so cute.
The cat continues to have a very strange reaction. Eventually, the cat even starts crouching on its back legs to get a better look at whatever it sees above the dresser.
Hey, so cute! Oh my god! It still is not fluffy though.
Apparently, the cat saw something that their owner couldn't see.
I wish the owner would
Definitely
film
did
the
not
top
like
of
it.
the dresser as well.
The owner, Kimberly, thinks that it could have been a ghost or spirit. But what do you think? Cats can be quirky, so is this cat just acting bizarre for no reason? Or is the pet seeing something supernatural?
No, Scarlett, I hope you
Something
feel
in the
better
corner.
soon. I'm so sorry I'm feeling sick.
A YouTuber uploaded a video of her dog Bella's mysterious nightly ritual. The owner says that every night at 9:15, the dog leaves the family and their other dogs and walks alone into a dark room near the kitchen. There, Bella sits and stares at one corner of the room as if intently watching something. The dog will watch the corner for up to 45 minutes, occasionally raising her ears
dogs not
as
do
if
that?
she hears something.
I don't know.
So this is what Bella does, like between 9:15 and 9:30
No,
every night.
not to work tomorrow.
She stares at the same corner. Actually, we're kind of all tucked in back in the back, and
I feel
the other
better
dogs are
until
with
tomorrow.
me. But she cruises out here almost nightly to just sit by herself, even in the dark, and just stare at this corner.
Even as the owner films and talks about the dog, Bella cannot be distracted from whatever it is that she's looking at.
Bella, honey. Bella. Bella. It just doesn't really distract her. Her mode of thinking and paying attention to whatever it is.
But it gets even stranger.
You're
From
still
time to
dead.
time, their other dog Madison will join Bella, staring at the same mysterious corner.
It's a very interesting corner.
Sometimes Madison will do it too, but nothing compared to what Bella's doing. Although they do tend to raise their head at the same time. There are times when their heads will both go in the same direction where there is nothing.
So, what is it that the dogs see that their owners can't? Is it a ghost or something supernatural? Or is it just quirky behavior? And why every night at the exact same time? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Feline Grim Reaper. Oscar the cat was adopted by the Steer House Nursing Home in
Oscar
Rhode
the
Island
cat?
when he was just a kitten, along with 5 other cats. The idea was that the 6 cats could provide companionship and comfort for the nursing home residents.
What do you do when someone
staff
has
soon
an
noticed
allergy?
that Oscar was not quite as friendly as
I feel like
the
that's
other
a really
cats.
cute concept, but like some people are allergic,
Oscar
right?
is not always the friendliest cat. He's not friendly to, he can be bribed like many animals, but he is not a cat that will spend quality time with residents on the ward.
But the staff soon began to notice that Oscar did show a special interest in certain patients. The cat would go into the room of particular nursing
Oh my
home
god, he's so
residents
fucked. He's
and
like,
curl up at the foot of their
oh,
beds.
you will die soon.
Within 2 to 4 hours, the patients
That's
would
so
pass
fucked
away.
up. Imagine being like, oh my god,
After
don't
the
let
patient
Oscar
was
near me,
deceased,
please.
Oscar would leave the room
Anyone but
as
Oscar.
quietly as he had entered.
Can we get rid of Oscar, please?
He will only go and stay with
I don't wanna
patients that
die.
are about to die. He will leave rooms, for example, when patients are not close, even though we might perceive them to be close.
If Oscar was removed from a patient's room and the door was closed, he would pace outside, meowing to be
That's
let
so
back
fucked
in.
up. Imagine
Oscar
being
was
living in
there,
that
and
house
he's
and being like,
outside the-
anyone but Oscar,
outside the closed
please.
door, which
Don't come
is
near me.
really something to say.
Even creepier, Oscar has never been wrong.
He's been pretty accurate. I know actually of no event
Why
where
would
he
you
wasn't
keep
at the
the
bedside.
cat in
Now,
the
usually
place?
in these videos, I'll ask you, the viewer, if you think a story is real or fake. But there is no
Why
disputing
why
this
wouldn't
one.
you give
It's
Oscar away?
100% real. Oscar the cat's amazing ability to predict the demise of patients was chronicled in 2007 in the New England Journal of Medicine, after he had accurately predicted the passing of over 25 patients. Since the publishing of that article, Oscar has now predicted the passing of over 100 patients.
Are the
So the
patients
real
okay with
question
that?
is,
Are they like
how
waiting
does
for
he
it
do
and be
it?
like, yeah,
Is it
Oscar came
ESP or
yesterday,
some
I guess it's my
supernatural
time,
ability?
bye.
Is it something paranormal? You decide. Dog sees a
I
ghost.
does not know that.
Zach Clark is playing with his new puppy Zoe one day when the dog begins to act very strange. Zoe stares at one end of a room as if something is there.
Oscar is coming,
He even
everyone's like,
starts
oh my
to
god, it's
growl,
Oscar.
bark, and
This is
occasionally
over.
back away in fear.
What is it? What is it, Zoe?
He is. That's so crazy. I can't believe that's a thing. I can't believe you actually put a cat like that in a place where there's a bunch of old people.
Full explanation is it's a ghost.
Like, are old people okay with
Seriously,
that?
There's honestly no one here.
That was old people place,
I am
right?
literally home alone right now.
I said, oh, enjoy, go so wine.
Oh, she's looking at it.
She's looking. There's more. It's a puppy.
keeps looking over there.
Maybe she's getting used to the new place.
Are you freaking kidding me? What the hell?
1 week later, the dog repeats the same strange behavior.
What are you barking at, Zoe?
So cute.
Why is it Zoe?
I cannot be like this video is making me just
No way, not again.
like, it's so cute.
Why is it Zoe? Dude, she's looking over there again. What the
I cannot
heck?
pay attention to the ghost when you show me animals.
I hope it was just the fridge turning on.
I'm getting distracted.
She's in that same spot. Oh my gosh, you're freaking kidding me.
So, what do you think Zoe was barking at? Did the dog see something that her owner couldn't see? Zach seemed to be a little freaked out by his puppy's behavior and thought it might be a ghost. But what do you think?
What are you looking at, Zoe?
That's it. Okay, I need to pee. I'll be right back. I'm back, I never fell in, thank you. Okay, good watch. In tunnels? I hate tunnels.
The top 5 scary things caught on camera in a tunnel. The thing in the Riesa tunnels. Project Riesa was a mysterious plan by the German army to build a series of underground structures in the Al Mountains of Poland during World War II. However, the structures weren't completed, leaving only a strange set of tunnels and caves. The true purpose of these creepy tunnels has never been discovered, because no documentation describing Project Riesa has ever been found. In this video, a group of explorers are trekking through the dark tunnels of Project Riesa when they encounter another very bizarre cave explorer.
Who is this tunnel?
Widzicie to?
Why is it so small? Ew, there's something running there. Why is it running after it? Why are the tunnels getting smaller? Is it me? No, they're
A
not.
4chan user attempted to brighten and stabilize the scary video so that the strange creature could be seen a bit clearer.
What are these subtitles? Why are they here?
Widzicie to?
It almost looks like some small, scary thing running on 2 legs through the narrow tunnels.
Yeah, that
But
looks actually funny.
what do you think? Could this be some strange German World War II experiment gone wrong? Is it some mysterious creature? Or is the whole thing just some good special
It's like a
effects
little
work?
monkey. The poster is
Stand by
weird.
me. Three boys decide to explore a train tunnel near Odell Lake in Oregon. Even though they have flashlights, the tunnel is so dark they can barely see more than a few feet in front of them. At first, they take their time, leisurely strolling on the tracks. However, as they get deeper into the tunnel, they realize that it's much longer than they originally thought. They seem to get a bit nervous and start to jog, trying to reach the other end of the tunnel sooner. Nervousness soon turns to panic, and one of the boys says this.
Hold on.
Got the camera quality.
I thought I heard something. Where's the door? We're probably barely halfway.
Why is it running?
What if a train started coming right now?
That would be fucked up.
Less than 1 minute later, his question is answered.
Don't run on the train.
It's a train.
But can you just...
I'm gonna get on the
I don't
side.
understand where are they? Oh my god, it is a train.
The boys jump into the muddy water next to the tracks, and as the train roars toward them, they press themselves tightly against the tunnel wall.
Oh, they're in a tunnel. That's what's happening. It's so dark, I cannot tell. Oh, that's so scary, probably. Why would you go in the tunnel with the train's active? Like, well, do you want to die? Train was quite far though. This is so close, it's scary. What if a train has like a... Okay, it's kind of far now, never mind. You have some space. Imagine if the train had something like sticking out though, you would be dead. Hi NPC, welcome, how are you doing?
Luckily, the three boys make it through the train passing without a scratch. And hopefully, after this incident, they won't take a stroll through any more train tunnels. So, have you ever had a near-death experience like this? If so, let me know down in the comments.
That was stupid, like...
The Descent.
Why would you do that?
The Russian YouTube channel Beyond features a guy named Nick who explores creepy abandoned places. In one episode, Nick explores a series of narrow caves
he's like
with
the
his friends.
cave guy. Oh,
The tunnel
God.
openings are so small that he actually has to take off his backpack to
Why
make it
do
through the
people
tight
don't like
passageways.
living?
But as he's removing his gear, his friends continue ahead. He calls out for his friends, but no answer.
Ребята! Ребят! Ребят!
He's left alone, lost in the cave.
I'm
Nick has to
being so
crawl on his
stressed right
belly
now for
right
him.
underneath sleeping bats to make his way through the caves.
Плиты с дыркой. Ой, блядь, какая хуйня там. Ой, бля, я так испугался, ребята. Смотрите.
Ой.
As
Is it
if all
bad?
that weren't enough,
Was that
strange
bad?
things start to happen as he explores. First, his camera suddenly begins to act up while filming
His
one
friends
particular
leaving
outfit.
behind.
Мне кажется, ребята, пошли не сюда. Здесь вообще тупик. Ой, блядь. Да, это камень. Да хули я так боюсь. Видите эту херню? Сейчас вам ее покажу. Что с камерой? Как будто моторчик в камере завелся и начал ходить туда-сюда.
Then, when he's trying to climb up a cliff, it almost seems like someone is throwing rocks down at him.
Спустился с этой горы. А теперь в такую же гору надо подниматься. Ух. Ребят?
How did he get lost?
It gets even worse when his
Why do
light
people
begins
go
to
into the
die and he
caves? I
starts
hate
hearing
this so
strange
much.
noises in the cave. One is so loud it sends him running blindly in the dark, but he doesn't get far.
Wait, he can walk in there.
К моменту я хочу сказать, что здесь тупик, и мне надо возвращаться быстрее назад. Фух.
He decides to give up looking for his friends altogether and go back the way he came. But
I
once he
see,
gets back to his
welcome.
backpack,
It's a glass of wine.
even more
Yay,
bad
new
news.
model.
Someone or
I'm doing great,
something
thank you.
has been rummaging through his stuff.
Maybe his friends look for
О,
him.
все. Да ну подождите, ребята. Что за бред? Что за Что за
Oh, maybe not.
Меня все вытащили из рюкзака. Вроде ничего не взяли. Ребят, здесь кто-нибудь есть, ребят?
Nick claims that even though he didn't notice it at the time, his camera seems to have caught glowing eyes watching him from the dark of the cave.
That's
But
a very far apart eyes, no?
Nick definitely caught some scary things on
Is
camera.
it a bear?
But are they all real or fake? And are these really eyes or just some shiny rocks catching the glow of his flashlight just right?
Is it not too
You
far
decide.
apart for I don't know, maybe.
Final Destination. Now, when I first watched this video from Russia,
Oh,
I
what's
thought,
Final
wow, this
Destination?
motorcycle guy is crazy to be weaving in and out of traffic in a
Why is he
tunnel
so
at that speed.
tall?
And then I realized he was riding a bicycle, and that
What?
he was actually way crazier than I had
What?
even imagined.
Oh, it's on top of his helmet. That's what I saw. Oh my god, this guy's crazy. Is he still alive? Don't do that. That's not safe at all. Oh, ouch! The car just completely ignored it. I think he just removed something from the car. Something just dropped from the car and the car ignored it. Is that normal? How is that even allowed? That shouldn't be legal, right? Well, I mean, the motorcycle guy doing something similar, I guess. Can a bicycle go together with cars on the same, like, road? I'm pretty sure that's illegal, right? I don't know the rules of the road that he's holding onto the car. What's wrong with this guy?
Now, I know some people will say, hey, it's extreme sports, it's cool.
That's not extreme
so what if he wants to
sports.
risk
That's
his
illegal.
life? So, allow me to point out 3 other things that make this guy
Giggle
scary and
Machete.
dangerous
I
to
love your name.
everyone on
Thank
the
you for the
road.
follow. Welcome in.
Number 1, he's weaving in and out of traffic, cutting people off, which means someone
Why
could
are
swerve
we
to
ignoring the
avoid
fact
him
that he
and
like
have a
fucked
wreck
up one
themselves.
of the cars?
Number 2,
He fucked up a
that
sign
that he
of the-
crashes
yeah.
into and brakes when he almost impales himself on the board sticking out of the truck. Well, that's a warning sign that warns other drivers that the truck is carrying an extra long load.
Why did the
That way someone doesn't
Oh, he didn't
accidentally drive up
notice
too
it.
close at a stop, and those boards don't go through their windshield like the logs in that freaky Final Destination scene. But he just broke it, so now there's no warning at all. And number
couldn't
3,
even-
little
you
known
couldn't
fact
tell
about this
the guy
video,
that it
this tunnel
broke.
that he's driving through is actually the Lefortovo Tunnel in Moscow. Now, you know that YouTube video called The Tunnel of Death, where it shows all these cars having random, horrible crashes for no reason? Well, this is
Yeah,
that
why wouldn't
tunnel.
you go on
It's
a
nicknamed
bicycle
the Tunnel
in a tunnel of
because
death?
even under everyday driving conditions, cars often lose control due to water and ice on
Imagine
the
a
road.
bicycle in there as
So
well.
this
like,
is a
it's
scary
so
video
distracting
in
probably.
many ways. At least
Yeah,
that's my take.
I wouldn't
Let me
be
know
surprised
your
if it's
opinion down in the comments. Grave
Don't
encounters.
do that. don't do
Three
that.
guys were exploring a tunnel under an old abandoned asylum in Canada when one of the trio, named Matt, suddenly disappears. They turn back to look for him, but Matt is not there.
Matt? Oh, I told you he's sick. He needed to take a breather. Matt?
Wait, that wasn't even a ghost video, you're right. That was just a random guy breaking the
He
rules.
was there.
Stop playing around, man.
I was so distracted by the rule breaking, I didn't even, I didn't even realize there was a ghost in there.
Oh, he's freaking us out. Just go. Take the right. Take the right. Take the right. Take the right hand turn.
The video uploader suggests that this figure dressed in what looks like an old hospital gown could be the ghost of a former asylum patient. Now, I've searched, but the source on this video is a little sketchy, with some saying that it's actually from the abandoned Anoka Insane Asylum in Minnesota, not Canada.
The ghosts
So
are
if you
tired.
know the original
The ghosts
source
are not
of this
being paid
video,
enough in this
please let me
economy.
know down in the comments.
It is a like 6-year-old video though. Like I'm still confused. Why was the bicycle video in this? in this, it wasn't even a spooky video. It was just fucked up. We're watching old videos. I think we watched all the other ones.
5 mysterious creatures caught on camera.
Yeah. What was it about the
Creature in a
bicycle
cage.
guy?
This next video was supposedly filmed by a backpacker who was making his way across Eastern Europe. The clip takes place in a rundown Romanian zoo.
Okay, so I'm in this really crappy zoo in Unest, Romania. They got this really weird creature
Straight on
cage
the
up.
zoo.
This looks like some sort of deformed human. I'm gonna try to use some footage of it.
This guy is so fake. Like he's not even acting. Like I don't believe him already. Yeah, we're gonna watch all these videos on this point.
Nu-l atinge nimic. Să nu dacă să nu te plătă. Vezi că e plin de sânge? Da, cine știe, Doamne? Să ne omoare din ce-o fi făcut. Poftim? Oare din ce-o fi rău? Și-a hărât. Ia, du-te și vreau să ne... Fii femeie, fii bărbat. Dar aia nu mai unde a zis ăla, să ne ferim de el.
Hei, oprește telefonul! Oprește telefonul!
The guy filmed some bizarre creature that is being held in a cage at the zoo before a zookeeper forces him to turn his camera off. In the video, the backpacker says that he is filming in, quote, a crappy zoo in Onest, Romania. Now, it bears
Crappy zoo,
mentioning
they
that
have a
there
pretty
actually was a
interesting-
real zoo in Onest, Romania that was shut
Animals
down
in there.
because of inhumane treatment of the animals. And as for the other people in the video, they are actually speaking Romanian. So really all of this only goes to establish that this video might have been filmed at a real rundown zoo in Romania. But I'm not trying to convince you that the creature is real or even that the setting is legit. I'm just giving you the few facts that I know, and the rest is for you to decide.
Hei, oprește telefonul! Oprește telefonul!
So, is this a mysterious creature caught on camera? Or an elaborate hoax filmed on location in Romania? Let me know what you think. Gremlins.
Gremlins.
A CCTV camera at Kato nightclub in
Gremlins.
Singapore films an average night
In
of
a
customers
nightclub.
drinking and having fun at the popular night
They're
spot.
not the gremlins in a nightclub.
However, late in the evening, the camera catches a very unexpected incident.
This is a gremlin. It's just a ghost.
Now, the falling bar stool is bizarre
If I
enough.
was a gremlin,
But then
I
we
would
see
be so
some
tempted to
strange
throw away
little
all these
person or
glasses, all these
creature
clean
running
glasses
from
on
the
the
scene.
counter.
Now, this, whatever it is, doesn't run like a small child. It seems to move way too fast for its size, and of course the staff would never allow a baby to run around a nightclub unattended at 3 in the morning. So, just what is this mysterious figure that goes running behind them?
It is a debate that has raged for millennia and only intensified with the invention of video. Ghosts! I bring you a new video that is going to prove the existence of ghosts,
Wait,
but
is it a
this
new
time
one?
with a twist.
This strange clip was featured on the syndicated television program Right This Minute. This TV show chronicles current viral videos across the internet. Now, one regular part of the show features the very skeptical host, Ollie Pettigrew, debunking online paranormal videos. But even he didn't know how to explain this video.
What do you mean?
Now, I told you it was a video with a twist.
What do you mean you
Up
cannot
right now,
explain
this
it?
This is Kato, Singapore. The reason I know it is one of my mates opened this bar and runs it. Even on Facebook, he's posted, "This is kind of weirding me out." So I would have called bull,
It's Singapore.
but my mate
Oh,
runs this place and he's
bar
going,
is
I
in
don't know
Singapore.
Your
what's
mate, who owns this bar, has a friend who's a host of a national TV show that airs in Singapore.
He didn't send it to me. It was found by our researchers. This is just a coincidence. But this is Asia. People do not like ghost stories in Asia. And if they think there is a ghost in a bar, done.
So is this a mysterious creature caught on camera? Or just a hoax? And is that just a very, very fast little baby running around a late night
I
bar?
don't think it's a baby.
You decide.
I don't know what it is. But
Something in the trees. In this next clip, a farmer in India is out at night searching for some missing sheep using a night vision camera.
That's a fat sheep. Oh my god.
He doesn't find his
Is it
sheep,
pregnant?
but he does find something.
Camera quality. Why is it so bad? This is blinking light as well.
In the video, we can see what looks like an angry creature of some kind perched
looks
in
like
a
a
tree
mask.
as if ready to pounce.
Oh wait, no.
The
Oh
farmer
no, I see
sounds
it.
petrified.
I saw it
runs
completely
away.
different. I thought that the
And if
hands
this
were a
clip
mouse.
is for real, I guess we can safely assume the worst when it comes to what happened to those missing sheep. So is this an angry creature hanging from the trees? Or is it just some really good CGI work? Let me know what you think down in the
I
comments.
don't know. Why does it look so small? Is it a tiny
Landfish.
little creature?
The guy who captured this next video initially thought that he had discovered some mysterious new species of land-dwelling fish.
Look at closer. The fish is running from the water. Oh my god, they're gonna
In the video, we see what looks like the organized migration of a school of fish.
they're gonna
but
go
over
through
land instead of
evolution
water.
fast. They're gonna grow legs.
Well, it turns out that this bizarre behavior is completely normal for this type of fish, called a mud skipper.
It is a mud skipper.
Mud skippers
It's
are
cute.
actually able to breathe air while out of the water by absorbing oxygen
Oh,
through
they're
their
actually
skin.
cute.
And they can walk by using their fins like little legs. But mud skippers aren't the only fish that can easily walk around on land. There are many others, including the Malaysian
If
walking
I
fish.
saw that though in real life, I would have been like, the end is near, the apocalypse is coming.
And the snakehead fish, which is considered a highly valuable food source in many Asian countries. In this video, filmed in a Chinese restaurant, we see a snakehead that has somehow escaped the kitchen and appears to be
Run!
making a break for it through the
Run,
dining
someone's
room.
gonna eat you. my god, I feel so bad for this fish. Run! You can do it. I don't think it made it.
So while these videos are definitely mysterious creatures caught on camera, well, the
That's so
mystery's
weird.
kind of been solved already.
The fish is so weird.
But still pretty freaky.
These ones are so cute though.
Under the bridge. A man filming
Yeah,
the
I feel like if
skyline
it
along the
escaped those
highway in
far, I
Kiev,
think it
Ukraine
deserves a
gets a
freedom.
shock
I
when he
would
pans
let
his
it go.
camera over to a large pedestrian bridge.
Those people? Is that a person? I wouldn't be surprised if that was a person. I would be more surprised if it was a ghost, honestly. I don't think so. I think it's a person. Just do crazy things.
Something appears to be quickly scaling along the
Something or
underside of the
someone.
bridge, 80 to 100 feet in the air. But whatever it is doesn't exactly look human. The
Really?
mysterious figure seems to have very long arms.
I think it's a monkey.
And as it effortlessly crawls upside down underneath the bridge, it seems to be using its feet to crawl along the bridge as well as its hands.
Also, whenever you see it so
Now,
close,
there are
it kinda
certainly
looks
no
fake.
species of apes or monkeys indigenous to the area.
It does look human to
So,
me too. I don't
just
know
what
why.
is this mysterious creature? Or could this just be a man who's developed a bizarre and
looks
amazing
like
talent
fake.
to
See,
scale
when you
bridges
look
with
so
his
close, it
hands
looks like
and
they-
feet? Let me know what you think.
It looks fake when you look close to it. Maybe it's just me. 7 years ago. I was that dedicated. Should we watch a 7 years video? Yes, we are. We're gonna watch a 7 year ago video. We're going further and further backwards. Still, I feel like the older videos are more creative than the new ones.
Now,
The new
before
ones
we
are all
even
the
start,
same.
I know some of the more superstitious viewers in the audience might not like the idea of watching a bunch of supposedly cursed
Number
videos.
one nuke fun.
So let me just say that I've watched all of these cursed videos multiple times,
I don't know.
even
There's,
paused,
like-
replayed,
I have
edited some
quite a
of
few
them,
more recommended.
and everything is going okay so far. Plus, I've been careful to only feature videos where the alleged curse only causes either a nightmare, nausea, or potentially a ghostly visit. So there are no curses in this video that supposedly harm your health or your loved ones, give you
Why
bad
did the
luck,
hand go
or
Henry?
any freaky stuff like in The Ring where you die in 7 days.
7 days.
So even if you're a believer in this sort of thing, you should still be, you know, relatively okay.
Would you watch
So
a
let's
Ring
get
video?
into it. You
When she calls, I
Scream
would never
2.
pick up the phone because I'm
Now
not
this
picking up
first
when the
video is from
strangers
the
call
YouTube
me, so I
channel
would be like,
Ash
sorry,
and Jackal,
can you like
and it's a really scary video and
text me
story.
instead?
There has been
How
a
many
ton
days I
of
have?
incorrect information spread around about
I
the
have
video,
anxiety, okay?
both the YouTube comments and
I won't
by
pick up the
some
phone.
other top list channels who just didn't bother to do the research. But I'm not gonna call anyone out. So, Ash and Jackal says that he was searching the deep web for fun, actually looking for supposedly cursed videos. He found this video and saved it to his hard drive. The video was titled, You Will Scream
Yeah, I'll be
Too.
just like, nah.
But
I
the
don't pick up
description
in
gave
unknown
no
numbers,
information
sorry.
about the video's supposed curse.
You WhatsApp me instead.
So Ash and Jackal forgets all about the video for a few days. Then one night he goes to the bathroom in his home and this happens.
So I'm sitting in there and all of a sudden I hear that noise from the video and I start to get like really freaked out, like what is going on here? And then being the rational person that I am, I'm like, oh yeah, my wife's probably just watching that video or something, peeking around on the computer. So even though the noise goes on for a few seconds, I started calming down and then the storm shutters start rattling. And I'm not gonna lie,
What was that laugh?
I let out a bit of a yelp because I was startled. I couldn't help myself. So I come out.
Chicken
and
Scares
lo and
had
behold,
it in my recommended
my
as well. I
wife
think I watched something of it.
was
Okay, after this one we
asleep.
can
She was
watch that
taking a
one.
nap, and So that was my experience. I don't know if like the video played itself somehow or something happened with my computer. I don't have any explanation for that. I just got freaked out though.
After the incident, Ashton Jackal says he returned to the dark web to try to find the video and see if he could find any more information about it. He could never find the video again, or even the site it had been posted on. Now, some people in the comments said that the text in the video was a curse, and some got the text mixed up with the scary robotic voice in the video. So here is what's really happening. I've been trying to learn Japanese for so long, and all I can read like is As Ashton Jackals mentioned, the video is titled "You Will Scream Too." The Japanese text in the video translates to "You must scream." Now, here's the most bizarre part of all. That little voice in the video says "Anata wa mietemasu," which in English simply translates to I can see you. So therefore, the message in the video in English is, you will scream too. I can see you. You must scream. And as Ashton Jackal describes his own experience, he watched the video, he had an experience that made him scream, and then it went away. Pretty much exactly what the video's curse describes.
As you may have noticed.
But it does leave one to wonder, was there something lurking outside that window, shaking his storm shutters? After all, the video says, I can see you. You must scream. The WPK EPKW curse. In August 2014, a scary video surfaced on the internet from a YouTube account called IEWire. IEWire claimed that he had heard rumors about a cursed video on the internet called WPK EPKW.
I guess I trained myself to scream.
Some of the rumors said that the video had a supernatural origin, that it was a man film just before he passed away. Other rumors claimed that the video was a government experiment gone wrong. However, all of the various rumors had one idea in common, that the video held a terrible curse for anyone who watched it. After weeks of searching, IEWire claimed he finally found the cursed video.
Like, the footage is actually scarier than the... The old YouTube looks so old.
After watching the video, IEWire claimed that his computer would randomly display the video on his screen for no reason.
That was so fake. No, it wouldn't. Exactly, who reads news? Who looks at the weather through the computer? Wait, maybe people did that before, actually.
So is WPK EPKW a real
That would be
cursed
so
video,
fun. Oh my god, that
or
would
just a bizarre hoax made by IEWire?
Someone should make that virus that doesn't destroy anything, doesn't do anything,
Cursed
just randomly
commercial.
jump scares people. That would be so funny.
In 1986, Kleenex Tissues ran this television
Not the
ad in
Kleenex.
Japan.
I watched this one. Oh, who created that? They should like have an Oscar. What happened in your head to create this advertisement?
And they look at the grass, they look at the sky. It's going to be a fine night tonight. It's going to be a fine day tomorrow.
クリネックスティッシュです。The commercial immediately began to receive a flood of complaints from viewers. Oddly, many claim that the tone and pitch of the song in the ad changed depending on whether the commercial aired during the day or late at night, with the late night version sounding warbly and unsettling.
They had to
After
make
a
it
short run,
specifically.
the commercial was pulled
make
off
it
the air
creepy,
because
right?
of the large number of viewer complaints. Even stranger, the Japanese urban legend surrounding this commercial says that everyone associated with the production of the ad either fell ill or had unfortunate things happen to them.
Is that true though?
When the commercial hit the internet in 2006, the strange rumors about its curse started all over again. Some viewers said that if the commercial was viewed at midnight, it changed. This claim was very similar to the one Japanese TV viewers had made upon its original airing in 1986. One YouTuber called Shrouded Hand made a video that he claimed documented the bizarre phenomena.
What does it even mean? She like, there's a baby ogre sitting, right? And then, and then she takes a tissue and throws it in the wind. Like, what is it supposed to mean? Like, what does it represent? What does she do here? Is she trying to kiss the baby? And she's like, oh look, the tissue can fly. I think this is a difference probably. It's probably fake, I don't think that's true. I'm more concerned about like the advertisement itself. Whoever made it? What is it supposed to mean? How are you advertising the clinics? It can fly in the wind? Is that what it is?
So, is this a cursed commercial? Or just a Japanese urban legend combined with a
I think it's
nicely
probably
faked
the
video?
urban legend, but like
Let me know what you
the
think
commercial is still
down
really
in the
weird.
comments. The Curse of Peggy the Doll. Jane Harris is a paranormal investigator in Shropshire, England, who claims she was sent this cursed doll by its terrified owner. The original owner believed
God,
that the
why does a
doll, named
doll
Peggy,
look like
was
she will-
causing her to have horrible nightmares, migraine headaches, and even hallucinations. Jane Harris took the doll and immediately began to perform various paranormal experiments on it. Things became truly bizarre when Jane began to
doll
post her
have a
videos of
face
Peggy
of
the
a person
Cursed
that's
Doll
cold?
online. Over 80 people reported physical ailments after merely
Put on
seeing
dressing
pictures
modestly,
and
you know?
video of the doll.
I cannot explain it.
People have
It's just how
complained
that
of chest
feeling.
pain, nausea, strange visions, and
Hi,
even
sir,
horrible
welcome.
migraine
Thank you so much
headaches
for the
after
raid.
just
Thank you.
looking at a video or still of Peggy. One woman even claimed that she suffered a heart attack after watching a video of Jane Harris riding in a car with the cursed doll.
Are you angry with someone?
Welcome back, Erin and Pauline. Welcome back.
You're angry with someone.
What happened to Minecraft?
Is it someone that hurt you?
I think they put crows on the haunted doll.
Are you having
That's
fun
so
just
wrong.
throwing that at me, essentially?
A little bit. You still have you
Is that-
abandoned your wife.
Peggy, are you making those noises?
No, she fell. Like, I like how all of this happened off screen. Love to see it. Love to see the haunted stuff happening off
So
screen.
is this a cursed scary video? Or is this just a woman and a doll? You
She
decide.
saw she started falling. Did you see her eyes went to the door
Curse
when
of
the door
Sarah
started
Black.
moving and she didn't react at all?
Okay, first a note. In this video, I had to make a few cuts because some parts of the original video were
Oh, then-
just a bit too graphic
Then no
for
welcome
YouTube's
back, sorry.
guidelines. They're very strict these days. Anyway, the idea behind this cursed video is that the film supposedly contains the ghost or spirit of Sarah Black, a young Irish girl who was said to have amazing supernatural powers, and her ghost supposedly possesses this video.
This video sucks. This video sucks. They have to replicate the ring video, right? Have a good night, Runcible. Thank you for coming in tonight. Have a good night. Rest well. Just
So
a
is
jump
this a
scare.
curse caught on a scary video?
No.
Or just a bad ring knockoff? Let me know what you think.
Like how
down in
he
the
also
comments.
knows it's bad.
So that's 5 supposedly cursed videos found on YouTube.
No,
Now,
it's
do you
just
think
scared.
curses are real? And more importantly, after watching any of the
I don't want to see specific one, I want to just go to the channel. See, I'm kind of scared watching the found footage because it's too real though. Do you want to watch 5 found footage, disturbing found footage? Because it's like real people and I feel like, I don't know, that's more scary because it's actually real people who probably died. Sure, okay, let's watch it.
On January 8th, 2005, a man named Martin discovered a mysterious package in his mailbox. Confused, he brought it inside and opened it up. Inside the package was a single item, a videotape with no label or note to explain its contents. Curious to see what was on it, he put it in his camcorder and pressed play. And the footage he found on it was shocking to say the least. It contained a nearly hour-long video of a man describing the violent things he was about to do, how he was going to lure his victims, and the makeshift devices he was going to use.
I'm not trained in torture methods, which is what I'm gonna have to make do. I got my drill here. The reason why it's got this padding on it is just to try to silence it a bit because I'm in an apartment. I got gags, socks.
Killing
got
someone
lots
in an
of
apartment is
duct
like
tape.
crazy dedication.
I got a soldering iron, sheets, rather crude implements. I think can work wonders, especially if it's used in the right way.
However, while the content itself was extremely grim, what disturbed Martin more was the fact that he personally knew the person on screen. This wasn't the manifesto of a serial killer planning to take innocent lives. Instead, it was the final message of Martin's close friend, Ricky Rodriguez, a man who was tormented by a cult from the moment he was born. He eventually managed to escape the cult and was now planning to take revenge on the people who did unspeakable things to him for all those years. He recorded this hour-long video and mailed it to his few friends and family so they would find it and have all the answers about what he was about to do and why.
I'm making.
Okay, with the context, it doesn't sound as bad anymore. I mean, it's still bad, but like,
Well,
at least
many reasons, I
he's not
guess.
crazy.
I suppose the main reason is that I want there to be some record of the way I feel, my ideas, just who I was, really.
Ricky's story began 30 years earlier on January 25, 1975, when he was born as the first child of Karen Alva Zerby. Karen was a member of a cult called the Children of God, which used Christian language to lure in young, impressionable minds, often teenagers, and molded them to its sick and perverse ideals. 2 years after Ricky's birth, he was adopted by the cult's leader, David Burke, who presented himself as the Chosen One. David changed the cult's name to The Family and declared Ricky to be a religious herald, granting him a special position in the organization. However, while he was treated like royalty by the other members on the surface, behind closed doors, Ricky was the victim of vile acts no child should ever have to endure. David not only encouraged these acts, but went as far as to write a whole book about everything he and his followers did to Ricky, called The Story of DeVito.
That's why I don't like it. It's
This
real
abuse
people.
continued for
It's
many
kind of
years.
crazy.
But as Ricky got older, he became
wanna
aware of
see
David's
silly
lies
ghosts.
and manipulation. Then, in 1999, he finally managed to escape the cult with his girlfriend Alexia Manuel by faking a visit to the cult's compound in Mexico and fleeing to the US instead. Reintegration into society after 24 years in an isolated cult was anything but simple. But Ricky
Been
somehow managed to
isolated
pull
for
through
20
and secure a
years.
job as an electrician. He also married Alexia and later moved to Tucson, Arizona due to his work. Unfortunately, no matter how hard he tried to move forward, the nightmare he escaped
Let's check actually. They do have like no real people as well, I think. Like disturbing internet mysteries. They do have a lot of both real people though. Like, what do I have in my recommended? Usually I have some weird stuff in my recommended. Shadow people. Ooh, games on the real event. That sounds fun.
Most disturbing games follow the same formula. Jump scare, a chase scene, then repeat. But these ones are different because they actually happened. These are disturbing games based on true events. In Town of Light, you play as Renee, a 16-year-old girl exploring the ruins of a long-abandoned psychiatric hospital.
eyes are
She's
so
trying to
red.
piece
I've
together
never heard
her
about that
own
game.
past. Her memories are scattered and fragmented, and as you walk through the empty halls, you'll start to uncover the truth of what really happened. But as you might have guessed, Town of Light isn't just telling Renee's story. It's telling the story of a real place and the people who are locked inside it. This is Volterra Psychiatric Hospital, the real-life location that Town of Light is based on. Unlike most horror games that
Never
create
heard of it.
fictional
Never
settings, this
seen
one
it.
places you in a world that once existed. A place where real people lived,
Is it good?
suffered, and in many cases, never left. Volterra was one of Italy's most well-known asylums. It was built in the late 1800s during a time when mental illness was widely misunderstood. At its peak, it held over 6,000 patients, a staggering number for a single facility. But Volterra wasn't just a hospital, it was a place of isolation, where people society didn't understand were locked away. Many of the people sent to Volterra weren't exactly what we would consider mentally ill today. Some people were put there for conditions like depression, anxiety, epilepsy, or even something as simple as just being a little bit different from the norm. Women in particular were often institutionalized for being too emotional or difficult to control. Others ended up there simply because their families didn't want them anymore. And once you were admitted,
Sad.
there was very little hope of leaving. Over the years, the hospital developed a reputation for its cruel treatments. Patients were
I feel like
subjected to electroshock
that's
therapy,
pretty
often
common.
without anesthesia, and in some cases, doctors performed lobotomies, procedures that left patients in a zombie-like state, while others were simply locked in dark, cramped rooms for days or weeks at a time. One of the most disturbing moments in Town of Light is when Renee recalls being restrained and sedated. This wasn't exaggerated for effect. It was standard practice within the real hospital. Patients who resisted treatment were often tied to their beds for days, injected with high doses of sedatives to keep them docile, or locked in isolation rooms
Have a
with
good
no
night, episode. Have a
explanation.
good night.
These treatments
Rest
certainly
well.
weren't meant to help, they were more meant to control. Once inside Volterra, leaving was nearly impossible. The very nature of psychiatric commitment laws meant that the patients had no real voice. They were labeled as insane, and anything they said in their defense was dismissed as delusional. Families often relinquished all legal control, leaving the hospital's administrators with absolute power over their lives. Some patients spent decades institutionalized for conditions that modern medicine would very easily treat, while others never left at all.
Oh,
but
okay.
perhaps the most haunting detail is what happened when Volterra finally closed.
Can you just
In
fake that you're
1978,
better and then
Italy
leave?
passed a law shutting down
Can you be
many
like, if you're like
psychiatric
depressed, can you
hospitals,
pretend that you're not
including Volterra.
anymore?
But when
so
the
like
doors
people let you
closed,
leave?
many patients were left abandoned. They had nowhere to go, no families
Can
to
you
return
fake
to, as some just took to wandering the
that you're
streets,
better,
being
so
homeless
they
and
let you
forgotten.
go?
In the town of light,
'Cause I
you
feel like
see
they
this
don't have any,
desolation
like, means
firsthand.
to
The game doesn't fill the
actually
hospital
check
with
if you're
ghosts or
better or not.
supernatural creatures. It doesn't really need to. The actual horror lies in what actually happened, what was allowed to happen for decades. In 2010, a German game
I feel like it's
developer
really
named
easy.
Jens
It was really
Stober
easy to
created a
fake
video
you being
game
crazy.
that almost no one would think to make.
To go in
It
that
wasn't
kind of
about a
place
haunted
in the
house or
past,
being
right?
chased by monsters. It was something much more real.
Oh,
Something still
okay,
fresh in
I
the
guess.
minds of those who lived through it. The game
guess
was called
no.
1,378 kilometers, named after the exact length of the border that once divided East and West Germany during the Cold War. But this wasn't just a history lesson. To understand
I
why
wonder-
this game caused so
but, like,
much outrage, you need
isn't
to know
it
that
better
after
for them
World
to
War
let
II,
go
Germany
of
was
some
split in
patients?
half.
Like,
The western side
they
became
don't
a
get money
democracy
from
backed by
anyone,
the US, UK, and its allies.
keep them
While
there?
the eastern side became a communist state controlled by the Soviet Union. The problem being was that life in the east was miserable. The government controlled nearly every aspect of daily life, and people weren't allowed to leave. By the late 1950s, millions had already fled to the west in
That's
search of
nice.
a better life. The solution, according to East German leaders, was simple: build a wall. In 1961, the Berlin Wall was constructed, a deadly barrier stretching across Germany, trapping millions of people inside the communist-controlled east. And it wasn't just a wall, it was a killing zone. Border guards
Wait,
were
what
ordered to
game are we
shoot
talking about
anyone
right
who
now?
tried to escape, and over the years, hundreds of desperate people were gunned down trying to cross it. Fast forward to 2010, and this is exactly what the game recreated,
got money
as you
from
have the
government,
option
okay.
to play as one of these border guards, and your job was to stop
Maybe they also, like,
defectors from
experimented
escaping.
with some
And stopping
people,
them
so, like,
didn't just
they
mean
needed
blocking
people.
their path. It meant you had the option
I'm
to
assuming.
shoot them. That was the
Oh, that's
moment
a
the
game.
game crossed the line for many. Survivors of the Berlin Wall era, many of whom had lost family members to
That
the
game
border
looks so
shootings, were
bad, though.
horrified. News outlets called the game disgusting and offensive. Many saw it as an insult to those who had died trying to escape. Chris Geffroy, one of the last people shot while trying to flee to the west, was gunned down at just 20 years old for attempting to escape a life he never chose. Was this game really an educational experience, as the developer claimed, or was it something worse? A simulation of murder wrapped in the excuse of history. The backlash was so strong that just days before its official release, the game was pulled.
I mean, the
Jens
game looks
Stober
so bad.
defended his work, saying that he never meant to glorify violence. Instead, he wanted players to understand the weight of history. But to many, that wasn't enough. With tensions escalating, the game's planned release date, October 3rd, 2010, was supposed
Okay, it's
to be
2010, maybe
symbolic.
it's
It
not
fell
all
on Germany
that
Unity
time.
Day, a national holiday celebrating the reunification of East and West Germany. But
Blizzard-
instead of serving as a moment of reflection, as the developer would have hoped, the timing only added fuel
So,
to the fire.
use of the
Critics saw it as an insult,
patience
almost
to
like a
res-
slap in the face to
Oh.
those who had suffered
Yeah,
under
that-
the
I guess-
Berlin
I guess that
Wall.
makes
Jens
sense.
didn't cancel it entirely, but he postponed its release indefinitely, saying he needed to rethink
I feel
how it
like
was going
if
to
you
be
have a
presented. He
person
insisted that he never
that
meant to
doesn't have
offend
any
anyone, and
people
that his
that
goal was
needs
to
them,
only
you can use
educate.
them
But
as
many
much
thought
as
the
you
damage
want,
had already been
right?
done, even
So I
with its
guess maybe
eventual
it's-
quiet release. The controversy
That's
never
why
fully faded.
they'd
Today,
rather have them.
1,378 kilometers remains an obscure game, mostly discussed rather than played. This video is sponsored by Aura. Right now, your personal data, your name, address, and even financial
the-
info could be for sale on out there.
The ad, please. Thanks.
Velvet Assassin is a
I've never
stealth
heard of
action
any of
game
these
that dropped in
games. What?
2009, letting players step into the shoes of a World War II spy named Violet Summer. It plays like a typical wartime thriller, sneaking through enemy bases, taking down high-ranking officers, and sabotaging Nazi operations. But what most players might not realize is that Velvet Assassin is directly inspired by a real-life secret agent. But her story is based on Violet Sabo, a British spy who operated in Nazi-occupied France. Sabo wasn't just any soldier, she was part of the Special Operations Executive, or SOE for short. It was a covert British group that sent agents behind enemy lines during World War II. These weren't just standard soldiers, they were saboteurs, intelligence gatherers, and assassins trained to fight and disrupt the enemy from within. Velvet Assassin places you in similar high-stakes missions, sneaking through dark corridors, hiding in shadows, and eliminating officers with silenced weapons. But what Velvet Assassin doesn't tell you is that the real Violet's story had no Hollywood ending. She didn't have the luxury of a health bar or checkpoints. The game might be inspired by her story, but it leaves out the most
if she was a real
details.
person.
And what happened to the real spy was far more disturbing than anything you see in game. The real Violet was born in France in 1921, but grew up in London. When World War II broke out, she married a French foreign legionnaire named Etienne Sabo, who later died in battle. His death fueled her determination to fight back against the Nazis, and in 1943, she was picked up by the SOE. Sabo was sent on her first mission to France in April of 1944, just 2 months before the D-Day invasion. Her job was to gather intelligence, coordinate sabotage operations, and arm local resistance
Hi,
fighters.
Breaking,
She completed
welcome.
the mission successfully and
How are you
returned
doing?
to England, but
Nice
the
to meet
fight
you.
wasn't quite over yet. Her second mission would be her last. In June of 1944, just after D-Day, Sabo parachuted back into France. Her new mission was to help organize resistance fighters and disrupt German reinforcements moving towards Normandy. But before she could fully complete her objective, she and her team were ambushed by Nazi soldiers at a roadblock near the town of Salon-la-Tour. The Velvet Assassin version of this moment would likely show our spy fighting her way out, escaping into the night. But in reality, Sabo had no such luck. With no way out, she covered for her comrades, holding off the enemy with a Sten gun while they escaped. She fought until she ran out of ammunition, and then she was captured.
ran
At
out of
first, she was
ammo,
taken to
no.
Limoges, where she endured brutal interrogations at the hands of the Gestapo. But despite their torture, she refused to give up any information. Instead of breaking, she responded with sarcasm, even mocking her captors. This defiance only made things worse for her. From Limoges, she was transferred to Fresnes prison in Paris, where she was held in solitary confinement. Then, in August of 1944, as the Allies pushed further into France, she was sent to Ravensbrück concentration camp in Germany. This is where her story took its most tragic turn. Ravensbrück wasn't just a prison, it was a nightmare. A brutal women's concentration camp where thousands were worked to death, tortured, or executed. It was here that Violet Sabo spent months, enduring forced labor, starvation, and unimaginable cruelty. Then, in early 1945, just a few months before the war would end, she was taken to an execution site inside the camp. Along with 2 other captured SOE agents, she was forced to kneel and was subsequently shot. She was only 23 years old. The world would only learn what happened to her after the war, when the survivors from the concentration camp told the horrifying truth. The game Velvet Assassin may honor her memory with a fearless protagonist, but it stops short of telling her full story. The Bridge Curse 2, The Extrication, is a horror game based on a Taiwanese urban legend, but that's not why it's in this video. The first game took place at Tonghai University, a real school in Taiwan, where a bridge is said to be cursed by a spirit. According to the legend, if you try to cross it at night, you might find yourself walking in circles, unable to escape. Some say the ghost of a woman appears, trapping those who disturb her. The second game builds on that fear, but this time it introduces something even more unsettling. A mysterious girl, a haunted elevator, and a sense that something unnatural is at play. The game's main character find themselves in a situation that feels terrifyingly familiar. The game's setting is a university, but it doesn't feel like one. The halls are too empty, the shadows move when you aren't looking, and worst of all, you're being watched. The protagonist doesn't know how or why they got here, but they know they need to get out. Players must piece together clues, navigate through dimly lit hallways, and avoid an unseen force that's always
I thought I
lurking
played a lot of
nearby.
horror
One of
games,
the
but I
most
think I
unnerving
missed most
parts
of
of the
them.
game happens
What?
in
I've
an
never
elevator.
heard of
It
any of
seems
these
simple
games.
at first. You watch a woman through a security camera waiting for the doors to close and expecting to reach another floor. But things don't seem quite right. The woman moves strangely, jumping out the elevator and clinging to its walls. For some players, this scene was unsettling for a reason they couldn't quite explain. Then
It's
it
like that
clicked.
lady
This
in the
wasn't just
hotel,
another
right,
horror
that
game
died.
trope. It felt eerily similar to something they had seen before. Something real. A security camera recording of a young
Yeah,
woman
I've
in
seen
an
this
elevator,
one.
pressing buttons,
This one was solved
stepping
as
in
well,
and out,
right?
and
I'm
looking
pretty
as
sure.
if something something was following her.
I don't
That
remember
woman
how,
was
though.
Elisa Lam, and her story remains one of the most disturbing unsolved mysteries. In
I'm pretty sure
February
it's
of
been solved since
2013,
then.
the Los Angeles Police Department released a strange surveillance video to the public. It was grainy, taken from an old security camera inside an elevator at the Cecil Hotel. At first glance, it may not seem out of the ordinary, but the longer you watch, the more unsettling it became. Elisa Lam, the woman in the footage, was a 21-year-old student from Canada who had been traveling alone through California.
I think
She was
so.
supposed
I
to
remember.
check out the hotel
I remember.
that
I think
day,
I
but she
watched the
never
video of
did.
it
Her
actually.
parents, who had been in constant
I don't
contact
remember.
with her, stopped
That's the
hearing
problem.
from
I
her
don't remember. That's why I don't
entirely.
know.
Concerned, they reported her missing, prompting a police investigation.
It's been a while.
At the
I
time,
watched a
no
lot
one
of
knew
trash
what
on
happened to
YouTube.
Elisa.
I don't
All
remember most of
investigators
it.
had was this bizarre elevator footage recorded shortly before she vanished. The video shows Elisa stepping into the elevator and immediately pressing multiple buttons, as if she's unsure where she wants to go. The doors, however, don't close. Seconds pass. She leans out and looks down the hallway, quickly pulling back as if she'd seen something.
I'm pretty sure
or
if you look for-
someone. Then she hesitates,
some-
stepping in and out the
something-
elevator, glancing
someone-
nervously in both
I don't know
directions.
who I watched
As the
it
video
from.
continues, her behavior becomes
But it
even
was
more
someone
disturbing.
big on
At one
YouTube as
point,
well,
she
who,
presses herself against
did
the
a video
wall
and
as
all
if
of
she's
it.
hiding. Her body language suggests panic. There's
Elisa
no
Lam?
visible
I
threat.
don't know how
Eventually,
to
she
spell
steps
it.
out of view entirely.
The elevator girl.
elevator
I'm
doors,
sure if
which
you
have
look for
remained
elevator
open
girl,
for
she
far
would
too
be that.
long, suddenly close. But by then, Elisa is no longer inside. The footage ends. The video went viral almost immediately. People were disturbed by how unnatural her behavior seemed.
I think
and
they found her
tons
in
of
the
theories
water
began to
tank,
spread.
right?
Some believed
On
she was
the-
hiding from someone, a stalker, a hotel employee, maybe even an unseen attacker just outside the camera's
top of a
view.
hotel.
Others thought she was under the influence of drugs, experiencing paranoia or hallucinations. But an autopsy later revealed that there were no traces of drugs or alcohol in her system, apart from small traces of her prescribed drugs, as Elisa was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. There was also a more paranormal explanation. The Cecil
Hello,
Hotel
welcome.
had a long and
How are you
infamous
doing?
history of murders and sinister guests, including serial killers like Richard Ramirez. Some believed Elisa wasn't alone in that elevator, that something from the hotel's dark past had been watching her. Regardless of the theory, the biggest question remained the same. Where did Elisa go after stepping out that elevator? That question wouldn't be answered until nearly 3 weeks later, when hotel guests began complaining about foul-smelling, discolored
Yeah,
water
that's-
coming from their
imagine-
taps. What
that's
happened
so
next would
traumatizing.
turn this from a missing persons case into one of the most infamous
Oh.
mysteries of all time. As the game
Imagine having,
progresses,
like,
another
shower,
eerie
you
connection
know,
begins to
corpse
surface. The
water.
presence of water. In horror stories, water is often linked to spirits, particularly in Asian folklore, where drowning victims are said to become restless ghosts. In real life, Elisa's body was found in the rooftop water tank of the Cecil Hotel, weeks after she
Really?
had
I
disappeared.
swear to God, I watched the
circumstances
video
of
on
her
it.
death was so strange that even the authorities still don't understand how she got there. The developers
was
have
it?
never confirmed that they were inspired by Elisa's case, but the similarities are undeniable. You start in the middle of nowhere, snow-covered mountains stretching as far as the eye can see. Your only guide is a flickering flashlight and the distant sound of your own footsteps. The deeper you go, the more unsettling it feels. The loneliness, the paranoia, the overwhelming sense that you're not alone. This is Kolot, a horror game unlike any other. There are no monsters lurking in the dark, no jump scares every few minutes. Instead, the terror comes from the emptiness, from the feeling that something terrible happened here and that it could happen again. But this isn't just another survival horror game. It's based on a real event, one of the most disturbing and mysterious cases in modern history. A story so chilling, so unexplainable, that it has haunted
There's like a
investigators,
YouTube video that says
scientists,
it was
and
finally
conspiracy
solved in
theorists for over
2025.
60 years. It
But
all
I'm not sure
started
if it's
in
actually solved.
1959 when 9 hikers
There's like a few
vanished in
videos
the
on
Ural
YouTube.
Mountains
I swear,
of
what
Soviet
did I
Russia.
watch?
Their bodies were discovered weeks later, scattered across the snow in ways that defied
But I
logic.
probably
Their
wouldn't
tent
watch,
was
like,
found
some
ripped
random
open.
video.
Some
I
were
would probably
found
watch someone
barefoot,
I
half
already
dressed in the
watched.
freezing cold, with some of their bodies covered in strange injuries, broken bones without external wounds, missing eyes, and one of them had a missing tongue, and no one could explain why. The deeper we go, the stranger this mystery becomes. One of Kolot's greatest strengths is how accurately it recreates the brutal conditions of the Ural Mountains. In real life, the group was trekking towards a peak called Kolat Circle, which translates to Dead Mountain in the local Mansi language. The game's title is obviously a direct reference. The game's environment captures the harshness of the terrain too, the deep snowdrifts, the lack of shelter, the eerie silence of the mountains at night. In real life, the hikers had to battle temperatures dropping as low as -30 degrees Celsius, and the unpredictable weather likely made survival even more difficult. However, in the game, the landscape is even emptier than in reality. The real Dyatlov group encountered Mansi hunter trails, and there were reports of other expeditions in the area, though none close enough to intervene. The game isolates you completely, amplifying the horror. In Kholat, you don't start inside
Was it Georgia
the
Mango?
Hikers'
I don't
tent. You're
know.
already out in the cold,
Did she make
left
a
to piece
one
together
for
what
that?
happened.
I
But in
don't
the real
remember.
case,
I honestly
the
don't
tent
remember.
itself became one of the
Maybe I'm
biggest
confused.
mysteries.
I
Rescuers
remember
found it
watching
still
the video on
standing,
that
but
and
with a
being like, oh,
crucial
it's sold.
detail. It had been slashed
Maybe I'm
open from
crazy.
the inside, implying that the hikers had been so desperate to escape that they couldn't even have used the tent's entrance. They cut their way out and ran half-dressed into the freezing night. The real horror of the incident lies in how the bodies were discovered. Some were found nearly a mile away from the tent, wearing little clothing, as if they had fled in
What happened to
pure
your wrist?
terror.
How did you
3
broke your
had
wrist? Oh
massive
my god!
internal injuries, being broken ribs and crushed skulls, but 0 external wounds, leading investigators to compare it to the force of a car crash. One victim, Ludmila Dubinina, was found without her tongue and parts of her face. A few
I
had traces
completely
of
missed
radiation
what's
on
happening.
their clothes too. In Kholat, there's a constant feeling that something is out there watching you, but in reality, no evidence of an attacker, human or otherwise, was ever found. However, the way Kholat presents its world mirrors the hikers' disorientated movements. The game forces you to navigate with only a map, compass, and coordinates, obviously similar to the real-life expedition's methods. It's easy to get lost, panic, and end up somewhere you shouldn't be, just like the real hikers. The game leans heavily into the supernatural, hinting at shadowy figures, glowing entities, and forces beyond human understanding. While the real case is surrounded in mystery, most theories focus on natural or man-made explanations. Some believe a small, delayed avalanche forced hikers to flee in panic. However, there was no evidence of an avalanche at the site, and it doesn't explain some of the severe injuries found on some of the bodies. Others suggest the hikers accidentally stumbled upon a secret weapons test. Kholat taps into this idea with references to classified Soviet documents and a cover-up. The game isn't a history lesson, it's an experience designed to make you feel the same fear and confusion the hikers might have felt. The landscape is accurate, the sense of isolation and disorientation reflects what the hikers likely went through, and the paranoia and dread capture the emotion surrounding the Dyatlov mystery, even if the game's glowing entities are fiction. Kholat doesn't try to solve the case, instead
this
it
video
keeps
is
the
long.
mystery alive, leaving you
It's gonna be
wandering
the
the
last video for
frozen
today, I think.
wasteland, searching for answers, just like investigators have done for over 60 years. Every now and then, a game unintentionally mirrors reality
Is
in
it
ways that
wait,
are hard
is
to
it
ignore.
Granny?
This is
What
one
are you
such
called?
case. Released in 2017, Granny became
Yeah.
one of the most popular
Wait, I've
mobile
never
horror
played it.
games of its time. The concept is that you wake up in a rundown house, locked inside by a grey-skinned, hollow-eyed woman. She's old,
Oh, is that
frail
Love
looking,
Pass,
but don't
okay.
let that fool you, because Granny patrols the house.
There's a
reacting
movie
to
about it,
every
right?
sound.
I'm
If you
pretty
knock
sure.
over
I
a
don't remember
table, she
watching
hears
it.
it. If you step on a creaky floorboard, she's already on her way. She moves at an unnatural speed, chasing after you the
I mean,
moment you make a
I
mistake.
feel like
If
when
she
there's like a group of
catches you,
people
she knocks you
alone in an
unconscious
isolated
with her back.
place
You have
with like
5 days,
hard
5
conditions,
chances to find your way out.
I wouldn't be
before
surprised if
something
they go
terrible
crazy at some
happens.
point.
But what if something like this actually happened? A real life case so eerily similar that I think the game definitely draws
Take your time
inspiration. St.
breaking.
Petersburg,
Take your time.
Russia, 2015. An elderly woman is spotted on a security camera, casually walking near her apartment building. Nothing unusual, except for the fact that she's carrying a large plastic bag, a heavy one. A few hours later, police receive a report. A disjointed torso
What?
has been found near
Oh
a
my
pond.
God.
No head, no arms, no legs, just a torso. It doesn't take long for authorities to track down a suspect.
That's
When they
crazy.
knock on her
What did the old
apartment
lady
door,
do?
They find Tamara Samsonova, a 68-year-old woman sitting calmly in her chair, like nothing.
How
had
is she not
happened. But when
69?
police
That
search
would have
her
been so
apartment,
cool.
They uncover something out of a nightmare. Dozens of handwritten diaries filled with detailed notes about murder. Casual entries describing how and when she murdered people, as if it were a routine part of her life.
Is
They
she
found
German?
plastic bags
Why was
filled
it in
with rotten
German?
flesh hidden around the building. Some reports even suggest that she may have even eaten parts of her victims.
What?
One diary
That's
entry
crazy.
dated September 2003 reads, "I killed my tenant Volodya, put the pieces of his body in plastic bags, and threw them away in different parts of Ruzensky district." Another entry from March
See, it's
2015
German,
details
right?
the murder of Valentina Ulanova, a 79-year-old woman she'd been living with at the time of her arrest. Valentina had been her friend, but according to Tamara's diary, she had become too difficult to live with. Tamara's solution to the
That's
little
crazy.
problem was to crush a handful of
No,
sleeping
no, it's
pills
German,
into her
look.
food, wait for her to
Wait,
lose
show-
consciousness,
show-
grab
show
a
her
hacksaw
writings
in
again.
Ensky district. Another
Look, kommt, and then darin haben ich something Kause. That's German, right? Mein
entry from March 2015 details the murder of Valentina Ulanova, a 79-year-old woman she'd been living with at the time of her arrest. Valentina had been her friend, but according to Tamara's diary, she had become too difficult to live with. Tamara's solution to the little problem was to crush a handful of sleeping pills into her food, wait for her to lose consciousness, grab a hacksaw, and I think you can imagine the rest. When questioned by the police, Tamara never showed any remorse. At times, she smiled and even laughed when describing what she had done. The media quickly
That's
gave her
crazy.
the name
What a
the
crazy
Granny
lady.
Ripper, a woman who had spent years luring people into her home and making sure they never left. I personally think the similarities between Granny and the Granny Ripper are too bizarre to ignore. Both are old women living alone in decaying homes with something deeply wrong beneath the surface. Both trap people inside their own homes, one trapping victims in the game, the other in real life. The video game Granny
actually
keeps a
based on
crossbow
it or
in
no?
her house, a small but crucial tool that players can use to fire tranquilizer darts.
Yeah,
at her.
that's
If you
kinda
manage to hit
sad.
her, she collapses and stays unconscious for
I
2
would be
minutes,
so
giving you a
mad
chance to
if they
escape.
made a
In
game
real
about
life,
me
Tamara
like that.
Samsonova
I would be like,
didn't
at
need
least
a
put some
crossbow. She
effort into
allegedly
it.
dosed her victims in much the same way, sedating them so they couldn't fight back. Just like the game's tranquilizer, her method didn't kill immediately. It only made her victims helpless, ensuring they had no chance to run. Then there's the most unsettling part, the unnatural quality they both share. In the game, Granny moves with disturbing speed and aggression, something
Well,
that you
I wouldn't call
expect
that
for someone
disturbing
so
speed,
old. And yet
okay?
in real life, Tamara
That wasn't
Samsonova
disturbing
was much
speed.
the same. Despite her age, she carried and disposed of bodies without any
That was
help.
an
Unlike
okay
most
speed.
serial killers, Samsonova was never sent to prison. After a psychiatric evaluation, she was declared legally insane and sentenced to an indefinite detention in a high-security psychiatric hospital. During her trial, she made disturbing comments, at one point begging the judge to let her go so she could continue killing. Her words in court were, "I knew you would come. It's such a disgrace for me. All this publicity. I am guilty and deserve to be punished. I've been preparing for this trial for 10 years. It is all deliberate. There is no way to live. With this last murder, I closed the chapter." She was committed to Kazanguk Psychiatric Hospital in 2015, where she remains to this day. You're looking at a digital city from above. The streets are filled with people, some just walking around, others moving with purpose. At first glance, everything might seem peaceful, but hidden amongst the crowd are terrorists, figures marked by the game as threats. Your job is very simple: stop them. September 12th, A Toy World presents you with one tool, a missile launcher.
I've never
There's
heard
no
of any of these
score,
games
no
so
levels,
far.
no game
Oh,
over
except
screen.
Granny,
You
I
just
guess.
click to fire, and your
It's hard
missile
not
strikes
to
the target. But
hear
the
that.
explosion doesn't just hit the terrorist, it spreads. Buildings crumble, and worst of all, civilians get caught in the blast. As their tiny figures collapse, the remaining people in the city react. They
Oh, I
stop what
see.
they're doing, some run away, while others stand still, mourning the loss of those who were just in the
I mean,
wrong
it does
place
look
at
like
the wrong
that kind of
time.
game.
Then something
Looks
strange
old.
happens. Those mourning civilians begin to change. Their outfits darken, and they transformed into the very thing you are trying to eliminate. More terrorists appear, blending into the crowd. The problem
That's
doesn't
kinda
get
a cool
smaller,
idea,
it
though.
grows. And the more missiles you launch, the more
Can you
civilians
win
you
then?
lose, and the cycle repeats.
Do you
At
have
first,
to, like,
it
be
might
very
just feel like
careful?
you're not playing well enough. Maybe if you time your shots better, aim more carefully, or fire less often, you'll eventually wipe out all the threats. But
I
that's
guess
the
not.
trick. There is no winning. No matter what you do, the violence continues. Every action you take feeds into the never-ending loop. September 12th isn't a game in the traditional sense. It's more like a simulation, not because it's hyper-realistic, but because it's meant to make you think. It doesn't tell you what's right and wrong. It simply lets you play and watch as the consequences unfold. You might already realize what this game is trying to say. Studies have shown that when civilians are harmed during counter-terrorism operations, it can increase anger towards those responsible. Family members and friends of the deceased may seek revenge, becoming radicalized themselves. This creates a sort of cycle, violence breeding more violence, just like in the game. US military reports
Ow.
from conflicts in the Middle East, particularly in Iraq
Thanks,
and
me,
Afghanistan,
Galaxy.
have acknowledged that
Phoenix,
civilian
yeah, thank you so
casualties
much.
can have a
Thank you for
direct
welcoming.
impact on
How are you
radicalization.
doing?
One report from the RAND Corporation described how groups like Al-Qaeda leader used civilian deaths as propaganda, turning public outrage into recruitment opportunities. Leaked military documents and intelligence reports, like the 2012 joint report by Stanford and NYU titled Living Under Drones, highlighted a familiar cycle. For every terrorist killed, civilians caught in the crossfire can fuel resentment, therefore potentially leading to new recruits joining extremist groups. Studies have found that airstrikes, whilst eliminating immediate threats, can sometimes increase long-term radicalization. The same concept plays out in September 12th. Each terrorist you eliminate only leads to more emerging from the grieving crowd. Even the game's name, September 12th, obviously hints at a real-world inspiration. It refers to the day after the Twin Towers was struck, when the United States and its allies faced a critical decision. How should they respond? The invasion of Afghanistan soon followed, marking the beginning of the War on Terror, a war that decades later still impacts global politics.
And most of this game based on Russia stuff.
Chernobylite takes place in one of the most unusual and dangerous places on Earth, the Chernobyl Exclusion Zone. This is an 100 square mile area in northern Ukraine that was evacuated after a major nuclear accident in 1986.
There's a game about that.
But to understand
I mean,
why this area is so significant,
that
you
makes
first
sense.
need to know what happened at Chernobyl. On April 26th, 1986, a routine safety test at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant went horribly wrong. Reactor
Really?
4,
Are they,
one
like,
of the
fully
plant's
black?
4 nuclear reactors, exploded due to a combination of design flaws and human error. The explosion released massive amounts of radiation into the air, contaminating large parts of Ukraine, Belarus, and even reaching other countries in Europe. I probably don't need to tell you that radiation is dangerous because it damages the human body at a microscopic level. In high doses, it can cause severe burns,
So it
organ
doesn't affect
failure,
them
and
in
even
any
death.
other
In the days
way,
following the
but just
explosion, people in the
turning them
nearby
another
town of
colour?
Pripyat, where most of the plant's workers lived, were told nothing was wrong. Many went about their daily lives unaware that they were being exposed to deadly levels of radiation. It wasn't until 36 hours later that authorities finally ordered an evacuation, but by then, it was too late for many. Over the following months and years, thousands of people developed radiation-related illnesses, and a vast area surrounding the plant was deemed too dangerous for human life. Then, the exclusion zone was created, a permanent no-go area stretching for miles
Is
around
the
the
radiation
ruined
still there? I'm
reactor.
assuming yes,
All the
right? It
buildings were
wasn't
left
that long.
abandoned, nature slowly took over, and time seemed to stand still in the remains of the town. What's even more eerie is that some of the places in the game no longer exist in reality. Over time, many of Chernobyl's buildings have collapsed due to weather, neglect, and radiation damage. In Chernobylite, they remain frozen in time,
Is the game
offering a
good?
look into the past
It looks
that
no
is slowly
bad.
disappearing. The exclusion zone may
Is it a
seem like
horror
an
game?
abandoned wasteland, but it still has life. Over the years, nature has reclaimed much of the area, and a small number of self-settlers, people who refuse to
Wait,
leave
there are
or
people
later
living
returned,
there?
continue to live there. Creating a
Are they
game
okay?
set in the Chernobyl exclusion
Do they not
zone
get
is one
radiation?
thing, but actually going there is another. But for the team behind Chernobylite, accuracy was everything. They didn't just want to imagine what the zone looked like, they wanted to capture it exactly as it is. So instead of relying on old photos or satellite imagery, they went in themselves, bringing with them cutting-edge technology and a mission to recreate the real Chernobyl like never before. To achieve their goal, the developers used 3D photogrammetry, a technique that allows them to scan real-world objects and environments to create incredibly
kinda
detailed
cool.
digital
Oh my God.
models. They walked through the ruins of Pripyat, abandoned villages, and even the
Why was
remains
there
of the
like a
power plant
model-looking
itself,
lady
taking
there
thousands
taking
of photos
photos?
from every angle. These images were then processed to build one-to-one digital
Was that also for the
recreations
game?
of actual locations, making Chernobylite one of the most visually accurate portrayals of the exclusion zone ever made. But this wasn't just about making the game look good, it was about preservation. Some parts of Chernobyl are rapidly deteriorating. By scanning these locations, the developers were able to digitally freeze them in time, allowing
That's
players
really
to
cool.
explore
Wait,
places
well, how
that
come
may
I
no
never
longer
heard of that
exist in the
game?
future.
Is it good?
Entering the exclusion zone isn't as simple as just walking in. Radiation levels vary across the area, with some places still dangerously contaminated. While certain parts of the zone have lower radiation levels and are safe for short visits, others, like the Red Forest, one of the most radiation radioactive areas in the world can be deadly. The developers had to follow strict safety protocols to avoid exposure. They wore dosimeters, which are devices that measure radiation, to monitor their levels at all times. Some areas were off limits, while others could only be visited for a few minutes before radiation levels became unsafe.
I know there was a
Even
TV
so,
show,
they
I
were
think,
able
right?
to
I
scan
never watched
key
it, I just heard of
locations, including the Pripyat
I never-
amusement
I never-
park,
I
home
never
to the
seen the
famous
game.
rusted Ferris wheel that never officially opened, and the ruins of Reactor 4, now sealed under a massive steel sarcophagus to contain the radiation. Though one of the biggest challenges wasn't just radiation, it was the feeling of the place itself. Even decades after the disaster, Chernobyl doesn't feel empty. There are obviously no crowds and no bustling streets, but the silence itself feels unnatural. The developers described an eerie atmosphere, and they weren't alone in this feeling.
I
Many
feel like
visitors to
a whole
Chernobyl
city
report
is
a
just
similar
a ghost
feeling of a
city.
deep
It's
sense
definitely
of
gonna be
unease,
spooky,
especially in
right?
areas where people once lived.
People literally
Fears to
abandoned
Fathom
it.
is different. Unlike games that adapt to
But Fears to
well-known
Fathom.
cases or urban legends, Fears to Fathom builds its episodes from real-life accounts submitted by ordinary people. These aren't famous cases from history, and they're not the kind of stories that make national news. Instead, they're
Really? They
personal
actually go in there?
experiences,
I think
moments of
crazy.
terror
Are they like
that
okay
people
after
have
that?
lived
Is it
through
surviving
and have
that?
never forgotten.
Can
Some
you
of these
actually go in
stories
there
were
and
first
not like
posted
get
on
any
forums,
radiation?
Reddit threads, or YouTube channels dedicated to real horror stories, like Mr. Nightmare. The first episode, Home Alone, is the perfect example. The story follows a 14-year-old boy named Miles, left alone for the night while his mother is away. At first, everything seems fine. He follows his usual routine, grabbing food, watching telly, and chatting with a friend online. But then, something feels off. A strange figure appears outside. A knock at the door interrupts the silence. Then, Miles receives a text from his mother. Their neighbor, Paula, has just sent her a photo of a man standing outside the house. The
Yeah,
message
I played
is
through all
clear:
the
lock
all
the
the
doors
Fears to
and wait for
Fathoms.
the police. At this point, the unease shifts into full-on panic. Suddenly,
stop.
his own house, the place that should feel most secure, becomes a prison, as danger could be lurking just outside. Or worse, is already inside. As Miles hides under his bed, he hears the sound of a window shattering from
The
the
whole-
master
the whole
bedroom.
series
Then
is
the
supposed to
doorbell
be
rings. It's
based on,
Paula,
like,
but something
real
isn't
people's
right.
stories,
Miles is
though.
initially hesitant to go to the door, though when he eventually investigates, he can see the intruder's shadow near his parents' bedroom. At this point, he knows running is no longer an option. All he can do is hide and hope the police arrive in time. The story was directly inspired by a submission featured on Mr. Nightmare's channel, where a person recorded a real experience of staying home alone and realizing someone was watching them. 1979 Revolution, Black Friday, developed by Ink Stories, isn't just about playing a character, it's about experiencing history firsthand. You step into the shoes of Reza Shirazi, a young photojournalist returning home to Iran, only to find himself caught in the middle of a revolution. Armed with just a camera, you navigate the streets of Tehran, capturing the protests, the fear, and the violence unfolding around you. But in a world where taking the wrong photo could mean
Risky.
imprisonment or worse, every decision you make carries real weight. The entire game is based on real events from 1978 to 79, and the people of Iran rose up against their ruler, the Shah of Iran. The game's creator, Navid Khonsari, isn't just some random
crown was
developer trying to
crazy.
tell a political story. He actually lived through the Iranian Revolution as a child. His first-hand memories, combined with interviews from over 40 real-life survivors, activists, and former prisoners, help shape the game's brutal realism. Unlike other games based on historical events, Black Friday doesn't just reference the past, it recreates it.
I
What
heard
makes
that
it
name
more
before.
unique is its gameplay. Instead of combat, the game focuses on choice-based storytelling, similar to Telltale games like The Walking Dead. Dialogue trees force you to make split-second decisions, lie to a soldier and risk it in court, or tell the truth and betray your friends. Every action has consequence, and often there's no right answer. But despite its focus on personal decisions, the game never lets you forget the bigger picture. The world around you is deeply immersive, built on real historical details. Protesters chant slogans that were actually shouted in 1979. Government propaganda plays over radios, echoing the Shah's desperate attempts to maintain control, and the photographs you take in-game are based on real images captured during the revolution, bringing history to life in a way textbooks never could. For many players, this is probably their first real introduction to what happened in Iran, and for others, especially those who lived through it, the game was almost too real. In fact, it was so powerful that the Iranian government outright banned it. But what made it so controversial, and why was this revolution so dangerous to talk about, even decades decades later. On September 8th, 1978, the streets of Tehran were filled with hope and fear. Thousands of Iranians had gathered in Jaleh Square to protest against the rule of Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, demanding the end to his dictatorship. They were unarmed, chanting slogans, holding banners, and standing together in defiance of a government they believed was corrupt and oppressive. What they didn't know was that they were about to walk into a massacre, one that would change the course of history. The Shah had already declared martial law the night before. Public demonstrations had been outlawed, and anyone who defied the ban would be dealt with by force. But the people still came. Protesters filled the square in the early morning hours, believing they had the right to speak out. The Iranian military was already waiting for them.
Based on
Soldiers
real
blocked
ghost
the exits
events. I didn't
surrounding
expect
the
it to
crowd.
be like
Then the
real
order
political
came,
stuff
open
happening.
fire. Machine guns
I didn't know
tore
these
through the
games
crowd,
existed.
sending protesters screaming and running in every direction. People collapsed in the streets, bodies piling up as bullets rained down. Witnesses recalled seeing soldiers shooting indiscriminately, gunning down men, women, and even children. Some tried to flee, but the military had already sealed off escape routes, trapping them in a killing zone. Estimates vary, but historians believe between 88 and 300 people were killed that day, with hundreds more injured. The Iranian government initially tried to downplay the violence, claiming only a handful of casualties, but the truth was impossible to hide. Survivors shared their stories, and photojournalists, risking their lives, captured images of the bodies left in the street. This was the moment that changed everything. Up until this point, the revolution had been gaining momentum, but it still felt like there was a chance for reform, a way to negotiate with the government. Black Friday erased that hope. For many Iranians, it was proof that the Shah would rather kill his own people than listen to them. The massacre radicalized the revolution. Protests became larger, angrier, and even more restless. People who had once supported the Shah turned against him overnight. Even members of the military, shaken by what they had been ordered to do, began to defect. In just a few months, the Iranian government would be on the verge of collapse. In 1979 revolution, Black Friday, the horrific event plays out in chilling detail as Reza Shirazi, the player, is thrown into the middle of the massacre,
When I
forced
hear
to
Black
dodge
Friday, I
bullets,
imagine
capture the
sales,
chaos with their
not
camera,
these.
and witness the horror firsthand. The game doesn't
Why is it
exaggerate
called
what
that?
happened. If anything, it tones it down compared to the real thing. But one thing is certain, Black Friday was no accident. The Iranian government saw the protest as a direct threat, and they responded with brute force. Whether it was an international massacre or a desperate act to maintain control, it backfired. Instead of stopping the revolution, it fueled it. Many of the photos taken in the game are based on real historical images, and the game even shows side-by-side comparisons of Reza's photos with their real-life counterparts. Journalists in 1979 were monitored, arrested, and even killed for their work. The game doesn't shy away from showing this reality, forcing players to face the consequences of their choices, just as the photojournalists had to do at the time. One of the most terrifying aspects of 1979 revolution is its depiction of Savak, the Shah's secret police. They are everywhere, watching, listening, waiting for any excuse to detain and interrogate you. And this wasn't an exaggeration. Savak was very real, and it was one of the most feared intelligence agencies of its time. Established with the help of the CIA and Mossad, Savak specialized in surveillance, censorship, and brutal interrogation techniques. Thousands of political prisoners suffered at their hands. The game's depiction of torture, imprisonment, and forced confessions is based on survivor testimonies, some of which
This whole
describe
thing is about
conditions
this
far
game. Oh
worse
my
than what
God.
the game allows players to witness. Many Iranians during this time lived in constant fear of being reported to Savak. A casual conversation could be twisted into an act of treason, and once someone was taken in for questioning, there was no guarantee that they would ever be seen again. The game's most haunting sequence is its depiction of Black Friday itself, the day the Iranian soldiers opened fire on the protesters in Jaleh Square. Everything from the layout of the square to the way the crowd moves and reacts was designed to resemble real footage and survivor accounts. The gunfire, the screams, the people running in panic. It was all recreated based on descriptions from those who had been there. The game makes it clear that the player is powerless in this moment. You don't get to change history, you don't get to stop the massacre. All you can do is witness it, just as journalists did in 1978. From the moment the game was released, it was met with widespread praise. Critics called it one of the most powerful and unique historical games ever made. Players who had never learned about the Iranian Revolution were suddenly
watch one
immersed in
small
its
video
brutal
maybe,
reality.
because I'm
For many,
hungry.
it was an eye-opening experience. But in Iran, the game wasn't just controversial, it was dangerous. The Iranian
Region of
government didn't
famous
take long to
urban
respond.
legends.
Shortly after its release in 2016, 1979 Revolution was officially banned in Iran. The government accused the game of spreading anti-regime propaganda, distorting history, and fueling Western narratives about the revolution. To them, it wasn't a game, it was a direct attack. Iran's National Foundation for Computer Games, the country's top regulatory body for video games, issued a statement condemning 1979 Revolution. They claimed that the game was developed as part of a wider effort to damage the country's image and misrepresent the past. According to them, the revolution was a people's movement, not the chaotic and brutal struggle depicted in the game. The government-controlled media called the game hostile and branded its creator, Navid Konsari, a traitor. The ban wasn't just about protecting the government's version of events, it was part of a much larger pattern of censorship in Iran. Since the revolution, the government has strictly controlled how history is taught and remembered. Certain events like Black Friday are rarely discussed in detail.
Let me look for the next one. But what is this one? I guess this one is fine. This one is interesting. I kind of want to watch this one, but it's so long. It's like 53 minutes. Do they have like a very short one? Why does it look kind of hot? Let's do the scariest urban legend that turned out to be true. It's 7 minutes. I think that's good.
The North Pond Hermit. The North Pond area of Maine's Belgrade Lakes seemed to be one of the most peaceful places on Earth, but there was a problem. For 3 decades, over 1,000 reports of break-ins in the residents' cabins were made, and nobody was able to find who the perpetrator was. These thefts always occurred when nobody was home, and strangely enough, they happened more frequently in the days before Memorial Day and after Labor Day. These incidents became so frequent and bizarre that people started talking about the thief as an urban legend, adding fake details as time went on and talking about him in horror stories. It wasn't even known if all of that was caused by a single person or a group, and some started thinking that nobody was ever going to pay for it. The legend kept on spreading while no new significant evidence was found until April 2013. A police officer arrested a man named Christopher Thomas Knight who had a really weird attitude. He refused to answer any questions from the police, and when asked about it, he said that he was ashamed of himself. After a while, it was discovered that the man was actually a hermit who had lived in that area for decades without talking to a single human being, having only said hi to a hiker in 27 years. When asked how long he'd been there, he stated that he lost track of time and explained that he'd lived like that since Chernobyl's incident. This shows that he was only 20 years old when he decided to be a hermit, and he never explained why. The only possession he had was the glasses he kept from high school. Everything else
I heard about this guy. Why do I know about him?
He went to extreme measures to avoid any human contact and to preserve his privacy, such as not lighting fires and always moving at night. Crazily enough, he didn't even know what the internet was. He was finally sentenced to 7 months in prison, and according to local authorities, he's still living a quiet life in rural Maine as of now. Serial snuggler. In 2004, girls at Louisiana State University started thinking that they were being watched and snuggled up against while sleeping. This became a recurring story in the talks at school, but no clear evidence was found. That was the case until August 2004, when a man from Baton Rouge was sentenced to community service for breaking into apartments.
Wait, how can you not wake up when someone is snuggling to you?
Fold their clothes,
I would be so scared.
In one instance, he made nachos, while in another one, he crawled into one woman's bed to rub her stomach. The judge said that he led a commendable life before starting his notorious crime spree and sentenced him to a 12-year suspended sentence, 5 years probation, 200 hours of community service, and regular drug tests. Skin shoes. In horror movies and popular media
but there has to be at least one person who would wake up and be like, what the
bones,
fuck?
Skin, or other body materials.
Right?
Sadly, however, this doesn't
There's no
only
way that
happen in
everyone
movies.
is
George
such a
Parrott,
deep
also known as
sleeper.
Big Nose George, was a criminal in the American Wild West. He
Speaking
was
of
known
big
for
noses.
stealing cattle and robbing travelers. Once caught, he was found guilty of murder and sentenced to death by hanging, and no one cared to claim the body. But then, something disturbing happened. 2 doctors present at the time asked to have the body for medical study. One did use it for his studies,
Maybe you're
closely
right, maybe
analyzing his
someone
brain,
actually
but
did
the other
wake
one
up.
used it for another purpose. He took the skin and made some shoes out of it.
Ew,
West Hobart Haunted
what
House.
is wrong with
People
that?
who went through West Hobart, a suburb in Australia, kept reporting paranormal activities like ghost hauntings and apparitions for years, but most of them had little evidence to back them up. The place itself had a little bit of a creepy vibe, causing people to think that most of these stories were just made up, until one particular story started showing signs of truth. In the late 80s, there were rumors that a house was so haunted that it made the residents go insane. Everyone tried to stay as far away from
the-
the house as possible, and the local newspapers
the-
kept talking about it.
what's the name
Seeing
of
the
the
public
house again?
scare that this
I'm
caused,
into
authorities were
the-
alerted
right?
and entered the house, discovering something shocking. They didn't see ghosts or anything of the sorts, but a suspicious tree above the house. When they checked further, they saw that it had datura plants falling in the family's water tank. Datura is known as the devil's trumpet because of its extremely powerful hallucinogenic properties, with many uses in Aztec and voodoo rituals. It's so powerful that even incredibly small doses can lead to dangerous deliriums, if not death. The residents had been drinking microdoses of this substance unawarely, causing them to slowly lose their mental sanity. Candyman. An urban legend that takes place from a film called Candyman says that if you repeat the word Candyman several times while looking at a mirror, he will appear. In the actual film, he usually pops out of the medicine cabinet or out of the mirror itself. But this story
Candyman
isn't just
and
an urban
Bloody
legend.
Mary, are they, like,
In
related? Are they, like,
1987, the
cousins?
Chicago Reader published
Why
a
does
story
they do
about
the
Ruth
same
McCoy,
thing?
a woman living in a Chicago housing project who made a terrifying call to 911, saying that she was getting attacked in her own apartment. Responders got in their cars and drove to her house, but when they got there, she was found dead of gunshot wounds. Investigators took the case later on and found out that the murderers gained access to her house by breaking through the connecting wall from the
That's-
near apartment, climbing through the medicine cabinet. Auto defenestration. Defenestration is the act of throwing someone out of a window, and you may have heard a well-known story about it during
There's
your lifetime.
a
The
name
legend
for
says that a
that?
lawyer was showing off his office and demonstrating to some people that his windows were shatterproof, so he decided to throw himself against the window to prove his
Oh.
point. The window didn't break, but it dislodged from the frame and plummeted to the ground
Oh
along
my
with the
God,
lawyer.
poor
What
guy.
many people don't realize is that this isn't an urban legend. It's a true story. Gary Hoy, a
die?
Canadian lawyer, was on the 24th
Oh,
floor
yeah,
of
he
his
did
office
die.
building at the
100%
Toronto Dominion
died.
Center in July 1993 when performed the test that led to his tragic death. Mexican
That would
underground
be so
tunnels.
sad. Like,
The
my whole
residents
family
of
would be
Puebla
pointing
City in
fingers and
southeast
laughing if I
Mexico
died
kept
like
telling
that.
folktales
There's
about a
no way.
mysterious network of tunnels hidden beneath the city, even though no evidence supporting this was found for hundreds of years. This changed in 2015 when a construction crew started excavating the site and discovered a crazy tunnel network of about 6 miles in length. These tunnels went around the whole city, and it's believed that they were constructed from the 16th to the 19th century. Nowadays, they're open as a tourist attraction, a live burial. Most of us have probably heard the story of someone being buried alive, only to find later on that there are scratch marks on the inside of the coffin. This urban legend probably stems from the real case of Octavia Hatcher. She fell ill and went into a coma in the late 1800s, and not long after, she was pronounced dead and buried. Suspicions started to arise when not even a week later, other people began showing similar symptoms to Octavia, falling into a coma but then waking up. Her husband, worried she had been buried alive, ordered her to be unburied, and sadly, he was right. Octavia was found dead in her casket with a scratched face and
terrifying.
bloody fingers.
That's like the scariest thing that could happen to you.
A popular urban legend has recently been circulating, saying that some ill-willed people are posing as police officers to pull people over, only to then kidnap them or commit other crimes. For the perpetrator, this would be fairly easy to do, as flashing lights for their cars can be found almost anywhere on the internet. However,
I
this
know
isn't
they
only
had,
an
like,
urban legend.
little
It
bells,
actually
right,
happened
that
in
you can
many
ring.
documented cases. For example, in 2018, in rural Bloomington, a man
That's so
saw the
cute.
police's
That's so
flashing
cute, like,
lights
in-
behind
in-
him and pulled
in-
over.
in the
However,
situation,
when
but,
he
like, it's
did, a
cute.
man came out and tried to subdue
They have a
him.
little
Luckily,
bell.
he was able to drive away unharmed. A similar thing happened in the UK too, when a man was driving on the M40 motorway and had a minor collision with another car. After this happened, he saw the flashlights behind him and pulled over, thinking that the police were about to intervene. What he did not know, though, was that this was a fake police car, and the people inside it took advantage of the situation to rob him. A group of men emerged from the fake police car, assaulted him, and stole his belongings, leaving him severely injured. If you want to discuss this video or suggest an idea for the next one, join my Discord. Link in the description.
Okay, cool. I guess that would be it for today, though. That one with video games was way too long. What? They did? They actually did? There's no way. Wait, do people still do that? I thought it was only in like old times that they couldn't like tell, but no, I guess. I'd rather you actually I'd rather you actually bonk me on the head as well than wake up in the coffin later. That's terrifying. Unless you put a little bell. Okay, it's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna be getting some food because I'm really hungry. I'll be back tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll probably play Tormented Souls more, maybe. Maybe play more Persona. I don't know. We'll see. They still do. Wait, even if he was alive, after the hammer, I think he was dead. What's the point? Yeah, it's more making sure. I don't think that's checking. Okay, I'm gonna be going. Bye everyone, have a good day, have a good night. Oh my god, it keeps calling me, stop. I'll see you tomorrow with something, whatever I'm playing tomorrow. Bye everyone, rest well, I'm gonna go eat. I'm hungry. Bye bye.